What up? What up? What up?
What's up, big dog? What you up to?
Everybody. Hey man, it's been a good minute.
It has been, yes. There's been
It's been
a lot of stuff going on too.
yeah, a lot of stuff going on. It's been a good minute. But we're back. I appreciate everybody coming in, and that will come in. We'll have to go over, the playoff games and everything like that, and talk about some stuff going on. The NFL is going on right now, playoff implications and stuff like that. So we'll get into it. But hey, how are you doing, bro?
Doing good, big dog.
You
Just
doing good, bro?
like you said, it's been a while, but things are going good. The coaching deal's still going on, and that's going really good. I will honestly say it has been, I've done this for a few years now, like just the whole training and coaching, but getting to do it under the microscope where you have a bunch of fans, you have a school, you got an athletic director, you have all these people watching. It has been the most fun thing I think I've ever gotten to do because I've always worked, I've always worked hard. I've always done all that. But to do it at this level, it's been like I don't know. It's been a lot more rewarding because people get to see the hard work instead of just doing it in the shadows.
Hmm.
So it's been fun, man.
Hey, that's good, man. Hey, look, I think we both been busy. Slim says he thought I was dead. No, no, we've been busy, man. Life kind of gets up to us sometimes, but now we're still here, and the show will continue regardless. So,
Yeah.
um,
What about
yeah,
you though?
man.
You been?
What'd you say?
I said, what about you though? How have you been?
I've been all right. I've been all right. Like I said, busy. I have been fishing more than usual, so that's great for me.
Let's go. Okay.
Yeah, I got a fridge full of fish, so I ain't complaining.
It's good. What kind? Or I guess what is the
Redfish.
majority?
Yeah, redfish.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Is
Mm-hmm.
it have like a different taste to them? Is it like a sweet taste, or does a lot of ocean fish taste the same?
They're more of a sweet taste, yeah. We got bass too, but bass are kind of freshwater. They're brackish, but yeah. So the
Yeah,
redfish taste they're a little sweeter because their diet is like crabs and stuff like that. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
that's actually pretty cool. I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Eat crab make you sweet. That's crazy.
Yeah. Eat the crab. Eat the crab.
We learning. We learning. We learning. What else? What's up though, dude? How did I don't know if we've talked since then, but how did Florida do in the bowl game?
We have talked since then. Florida did terrible. We know this. We know this.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Okay, my bad. Well, then on to the next. What's the next one? Sorry. What's next on the list?
Well, he throwing me off here. Well, as far as the playoff games go, what were your initial reactions? Like, how you feel about it? I mean, you barely won. You came back and won. Your team, that is. But
Yes.
TCU knocks off Michigan. I've got my own thoughts about that. Like, but how do you? What you think?
Man, this has been the craziest playoff since it started.
It's the craziest and the best by
Yeah.
far. By far.
Uh, like I guess as a fan reaction, when I was watching the Georgia game, us coming down and that touchdown, we scored with like 50 seconds left. Everybody in the house is all cheering and stuff, and I'm just sitting there staring at the TV like, y'all, there's 50 seconds to go. Chill, just watching and seeing them. What's up, Kobe? And then seeing them work their way down the field, and we couldn't contain quarterback breaks for 20 something yards, 30 yards, and I'm like, oh my goodness, dude. But
Man, I know, I know.
yeah,
And I even texted you and Colby, and I was like, it'd be nice to have a quarterback that can come back and win. But what did Stetson do? He came back and won.
is it not crazy, bro? As much crap as we give this dude, he still like if he wins against TCU, bro, I think I'm done trashing him, bro.
I'm already done. I'm already done. I have loved to trash him for the longest time, and mainly it's because of his height, I guess. I mean,
Yeah,
we kind of
yeah.
feel that way. I mean, he's small, but I can't trash him anymore. I mean, for what he's done, he's a baller.
And
He's an
that's what I was
absolute
going to say.
baller.
It's one of those like, no, he doesn't have the greatest arm. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't have the. He's not the tallest. He's not this. But when I see this man, when I see this dude make throws that other quarterbacks struggle doing, and then under the most immense amount of pressure, it's like there's a lot of
Yeah.
teams out there wish they had that kind of quarterback.
I know, man. I know. Now, and so let's go through the argument, though. I mean, people say he's 26 years old. He's been in that offensive scheme for years and years, and Todd Monken and all that. I mean, but at the end of the day, Stetson Bennett, what is he? 5'11"? He's my height,
I
right?
think I think he's smaller than 5'11".
He might be. Wait, I might have to look this up.
Well, because I've
Anyway,
heard people say they put him on there as 5'11", but I don't think he's 5'11".
you don't think he's 5'11"? He does look small, bro.
Yeah, that man look like he's
He
bagging.
do look small. He do look small. Let me
Yes,
pull
sir.
Let me pull this up. No, let's get a verification.
Yeah, Kobe said Stetson's 5'11" tops. Yeah, facts, dude.
Yeah,
They
5'11"
said
top.
few people who have been to practice, those reporters that go and watch, they said that he looks about 5'9".
Jesus Christ. 5'11", 190. He's 5'11".
Yeah, well, I'm
Hey,
saying they
he's
put it on
5'11".
there.
Yeah,
They, you know what I mean? Like just like how you see some of these college kids will put on their, high school recruiting profiles that they're 6'3", but they're really 6'1". You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah, yeah.
but either way though, your point's proven as far as how small he is. So I completely agree, dude.
Yeah, but with how small he is and everything that he's done at Georgia, I mean, look, I'm a Florida fan. I, I gotta give props.
Yeah,
I gotta give props. I'm done hating on Stetson. I've done it for a long time. I've done it since Kyle Trask beat Florida beat Georgia in 2019.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
been doing it for a long time. So
That's
I'm done doing it. I'm done doing it. I've officially gave up. I'm a Stetson fan, as you would say.
well, and
I have
I'd say you don't even have to say fan as much as like just a respect. Like that's something that even Georgia fans weren't giving him his respect. So that
Mm-hmm.
part that part's nice. Like, and I'm not saying it to hear it from you. I'm saying that's how
2020.
I feel you talking about it.
Yeah, it's 2020. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. How
Well,
do you feel
all I'll
about
say
the?
is,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, all I'll say is, when that man took that game winning drive, and it took him like 41 seconds to do it, I was like,
I know. I
dang,
know.
bro, you're not even gonna make us sweat. Like, come on, bro. Like that to me is just one of those like I have a feeling we really gonna miss Stetson at Georgia. Like I don't know, maybe the other quarterbacks will come in, but for this man to do the right thing, Jake Fromm struggled with it because he would always hit the check down.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody used to call him the check down master or check
Yep.
down, you know, all this and that. So I don't know. Just like I said, we may end up missing this man. We'll find out.
Well,
But
tell me this, just for your perspective. How do you feel about next year going into it, not having him? Like, how do you feel about your quarterbacks? Who do you think's going to start? Like, how do you feel about it? Because Todd Monken is kind of the reason Stetson Bennett has kind of
yes,
evolved into what he is. So,
yeah.
like, how do you feel about that?
After hearing Stetson before the Ohio State game say that Todd Monken had taught him how to really truly play quarterback, it makes me happy for the other guys. But there's a part of me that's super excited to see these other quarterbacks come in because if their stature and size is of, a pro style NFL quarterback, it's going to be nice if they can make throws that Stetson couldn't as far as down the field. But
Mhm.
the curiosity part though is will they try to throw it downfield all the time and get themselves in 3 and outs quick? Or are they going to be able to make the right decisions that
Yeah.
keep us on the field like Stetson does? So
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing that Stetson does, pretty much in my eyes, look, the running backs for Georgia have not been like elite. So you don't have a Sony Michelle, you don't have a
yeah,
Todd Gurley, you don't have any of those premier guys. But Stetson ends up dumping the ball off, and it's an extension of the run game. And I've said it all season. That's what I actually think. I mean, I think the run game is not terrible. Branson Robinson, I'm a big fan of, but that's how I think that they extend the run game, and then it opens up the pass game. I mean, you know, just by dumping the ball off, and you got Brock Bowers, and I mean, the guy can catch it, between anybody. So I don't know.
This is a really cool stat. Well, I got three of them. One, Stetson is 71 yards away from passing Aaron Murray's all-time passing record at Georgia. Two, Stetson is 170. I think this is right. 170 yards away from being the all-time passer at Georgia, and he could have.
Does not surprise me at all.
And then the third one. The running backs all together have 14 have a little over 2,100 yards on the ground. Our first and second string running back both have over 740 yards. The first string, Kenny McIntosh, has 770. Second has 740. Their attempts are 3 attempts off from each other. Like,
it's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad at all.
So it's very balanced, and that's all.
It is, and that's a good point. It's very, very balanced. I mean, you're not a pass heavy team. You're not a run heavy team. You're just a balanced team.
We also don't have Bijan Robinson. We're not giving him the ball 40 times a game. We're not
exactly.
Doing that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And shout out to Kirby for that. I mean, Kirby's recruited that way. I mean, he's played the games that way. He's rotated players in and out that way. So, I mean, shout out to Kirby, man. I hate to say it, but yeah, Kirby's doing unimaginable things at Georgia. I mean, he really is.
Kirby's that guy. I've known him my whole life.
You people, this is you included, and everybody in the chat. You guys are really, really lucky to have a coach like Kirby.
Man, you ain't lying.
I mean, seriously.
I know. And the crazy thing is, because what do these people say? Well, he got it from Nick Saban. How many people has Nick Saban had that have gone off to be coaches? How come they ain't doing the same thing? Don't give me that crap.
And you could be like Ryan Day sitting there walking into okay, all right. You can walk into a field house or a not field house. That's not the best metaphor, but you walk into a situation where you have talent or you don't have talent. Kirby Smart walked into where he did have talent, yes, but look at Ryan Day. That was my whole point. Like, look at Ryan Day. Ryan Day's walked into where he's had talent to win the Natty, and he can barely win a playoff game, and he only won one.
I agreed. And let's add to that. How many people coached in the Saban tree? There's a lot of them that are out there coaching.
Ryan Day didn't.
No, and it's like, how many of those guys that coached in that tree are out there doing what Kirby is doing? That's why when people go, yeah, well, he got it from Saban. Well, he's one of like 15 guys that coached under Saban. How are you going to sit there and tell me that, it was all Saban's doing? How come the other guys aren't doing it?
Well, yeah, and people are going to say like, oh, they coach under Saban. I heard this in the offseason. People, or actually, it was a Georgia guy. What's his name? Mike Smith or whatever the hell his name is.
Okay.
Oh, well, Florida's going out to get the next Nick Saban, trying to coach under the Nick Saban tree with Billy Napier. Well, no. But coaching under Nick Saban does have a little bit of merit to it.
For sure.
It definitely does.
For sure, dude.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, I didn't mean to get off on that. I just was, like you said, we are very grateful to have this dude. It is a ridiculous time at Georgia to be a Georgia fan, because you're in the process of going back to back right here. Like, this is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like that.
It definitely is. I mean, I can't hate it. I mean, I love to hate it, but I have to hate it. But
yeah.
But no, I mean, it's looking like Georgia is kind of becoming. It's kind of becoming Alabama.
Yeah, and to be in a position to go back to back right here is almost unimaginable. But I don't know. That we're down both defensive ends, a backup defensive end, and I think 3 linebackers for this game.
Well, so let's use that, and let's get let's get into this little preview here. You're down those people, right? How do you feel about this game coming up? You know Max Duggan is an absolute baller.
Yeah.
You're missing a few defensive players. Darnell Washington is out, right? Or is he coming back? I didn't check up on that.
They say that he's fine, but I guess my point is, if you were in what could have been the last game of the season of your career at Georgia, and you're in a boot over there on the sidelines, it had to have been serious.
Yeah, that's probably true. So, I mean, Darnell, he's really the blocking option for Georgia. I mean, Brock Bowers is the pass catching option, obviously.
Yes.
So, I don't know if that affects really what Georgia wants to run. But how do you feel about the playoff game? How do you feel it going forward?
I think it's a huge part of our game not having Darnell. Not saying that it's going to make us lose, but having somebody that big out there blocking, he is able to get that edge to seal. But then also in the red zone, you could use him in the red zone easy in this game because everybody be like, oh, they're going to throw it to Brock. And you got a 6'7", 6'8" monster, a treehouse walking across the middle.
Treehouse.
Yeah, but anyways, I don't know. I think TCU is going to come to play. I don't think it's going to be one of those where people are like, oh, well, Georgia's just a better team. Michigan was a better team. When you looked at it on paper, Michigan had more 5 and 4 stars, way more than TCU had. But
yeah, and I mean, TCU comes to play every single time. They've came back from multiple games this year.
Yes.
And let's be honest, TCU shouldn't have won versus Michigan. They shouldn't have won.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, 2 pick sixes. That's 14 points. If Michigan does not throw those 2 pick sixes, I mean, Michigan wins that game, even though they had to crawl out the depths of hell to even compete. I mean, Michigan would have won that game without the mistakes. One stat that I read was 36% completion percentage for JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, dog.
Under 10 yards passing. So we saw in that game, I mean, he threw the deep ball and I mean, he threw it really well, but I mean, that's all he did well though. That's pretty much all he did well. So JJ McCarthy, in my opinion, he does need a little bit of development. I don't know though. I mean, literally, I mean, Michigan could have won that game easily with fundamentals, and TCU kind of just came to play and beat them out of the game. I mean,
it's crazy.
I don't know.
What's crazy, to add to your point, we just talked about Stetson as far as, everybody says he's a dink and dunk type person. You got people like JJ McCarthy that can't even dink and dunk. You just said under 10 yards, dude ain't even 40%. Like,
and it's in part that he likes to roll out, and he is good on the run, but when he rolls out and tries to throw, I mean, if nobody's open, he's screwed. Like,
now, one thing about TCU's quarterback, and I heard Georgia's defense coordinator talking about this, he was like, you cannot treat him as a quarterback when he runs. When that guy runs the ball, you cannot treat him like a quarterback. He said you have to treat him like a running back, or else he will make a 2nd and 7 on a scramble. He'll turn it into a 2nd and 2. He's like that. Like, people have to remember, this is not some random. This is a big-bodied quarterback that always falls forward.
Yes, he does. He absolutely does. And going off the Georgia defense, look, the Georgia defense is. I know we talked about last year and how it was monumental and it was like the best thing on planet Earth. This year, it's not as good. Like, a lot of years we can say, like, you can't run the ball on Georgia. That's usually what we say. But this year, you actually can. You can.
Their run defense is the best part of their team, but it's not as good as it has been. But I do think that Georgia is so young, but we have more talent than we've ever had. We're just super young. Yeah. Like you said, like, last year's defense just sent 15 players to the NFL. Like, I mean, not defense, but just 15 players total on that team. 5 defensive players in the first round. Like, so you're losing a good bit, but that's why I think as a Georgia fan, dude, I'm just happy. Like, look at those young guys stepping up, dude. That's a huge testament if you are an NFL scout. Like this guy stepped up in a semifinal game, had never played during the season, but had to, and he put work in. Like the
Yeah,
kid.
that's big facts. Yeah, yeah, and shout out to CJ Stroud. I mean, he played the game of his life. Unfortunately, he couldn't beat Georgia, but I've ragged on him all year about not stepping up into the pocket and running and making tough decisions or getting hit when he throws. But in the game, I mean, he did just that. I mean, he stepped up. So CJ Stroud has kind of proven his worth, in my opinion.
CJ Stroud, I mean that man upped his draft stock a lot in that game.
Yeah, just by one game. Mm-hmm.
That man was, dude. Yeah, CJ
Yeah,
Stroud.
he was cooking. He was cooking.
Oh, Sergi J said 2 pick-sixes and a fumble into the end zone.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Michigan could have won the game.
Oh,
It should have.
Nature Boy said Max Duggan's bottom half is thick.
Yeah, thick with 2 C's.
Okay.
2 C's. That's right, Colby. 2 C's.
Welcome to Christian Football's show, guys. We're just just hanging out, talking about the thicky nuggets.
Yeah, just hanging out here. Oh yeah, no big deal. Don't worry about anything. Just hanging out.
Thicky nuggets on a quarterback, bro. I like it. Yeah, I did see that. I saw a picture on Instagram. Stetson Bennett just got his haircut today, bro. We about to get Staquavius back, bro.
Is this bad juju or good juju? Because he didn't get a haircut. He didn't get a haircut, and he came back from the national title or the playoff game. Now he's got a haircut.
But after the
what juju is this? Because everybody's talking about is this like and that's what people said before the Ohio State game. If he gets a haircut, he's going to win the game. Well, he didn't get a haircut.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree completely.
Well,
got a text.
Also, because he got a haircut, is that good juju?
I think it is. Okay. I completely think so.
Yeah, I kind of think so too. Plus, it's TCU. Let's take a minute to just kind of shout out TCU for what they did this year, and the playoffs committee pretty much selected them, right? Like kind of like they did with Cincinnati. But let's shout out TCU just for what they did this year. Like Max Duggan is a monster. Quentin Johnston, Kendre Miller, the running back, has been amazing. Like nobody would have expected this team to do what they did this year. Nobody on planet Earth.
No, and there were a lot of teams that were above them as far as finishing in the as well.
Yeah, and look at Oklahoma, Texas. Oh, it's crazy to think that Kansas State is the biggest threat to the Big 12 right now. You know?
Yes, I think TCU, what they have though, and this is what sets them aside, their coaching has got to be through the roof because they don't have all of the stars.
Exactly. Now, have you seen the transfer portal for TCU lately?
No, I have not.
Well, they've got 3 borderline 5 stars from Alabama. They got JoJo Earl, Tommy Brockermeyer, which is an offensive tackle, and I forget the third one.
All 3 of them are going to TCU?
Yeah. Uh-huh. So Sunday Dykes ain't playing no games, man.
Dude, I have to send a message out to my my basketball team, but I'm gonna keep you on. Okay?
You doing what?
I'm gonna keep you on.
Keep me on?
Well, you keep me on.
You gonna keep me on? Wait, what?
We'll keep each other on.
Word? Wait, what?
I'm sending a message to my basketball team.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, keep going. Sorry. Give me like 30 seconds.
No, you're good. Leary leaving Alabama. Leary who? Oh, Christian Leary. Yeah. Christian Leary.
Devin
Yeah,
Leary.
yeah. TCU. TCU got a bunch of pieces from Alabama, and that's a whole nother topic we could probably get into. But you look at the transfers from Alabama, and it's like, what's going on? Like, it's not happening it's not happening at Georgia. It's not happening at Ohio State. But Alabama is kind of suffering the transfer portal bug because a lot of them are leaving, and there are a lot of highly rated players.
I think the thing we're seeing too, because in Georgia last year had a few leave, and most of those guys are either 3 stars. Because this is how people will use Georgia, and Georgia uses those people. It's a mutual agreement. You have guys who are 3 stars or walk-ons
Hmm.
that will come on to be a part of the strength and conditioning, will come on to be a part of the scouting team, the practice team, stuff like that, because they want the development. Now, they may never start at Georgia. They may never get the opportunity to start at Georgia. But if you could be at Georgia for 2 years, get the coaching, the development, and the strength and conditioning, and then transfer to a smaller school, you're starting day one. That gives you a much, much better opportunity to play in the NFL and get your shot if you have that development from Georgia going into that school. So now, are there bigger names that have uh, do we have bigger names, that play like I mean that transfer? Yes, we do. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't. I don't know, man. You know, at one end of the scale, I do like that teams like TCU can get these. I mean, basically, let's call it what it is. I mean, it's basically a 5-star talent, like getting the Alabama transfers. At the other end, you got people in the transfer portal that can't find a home. So I like it on both spectrums. I kind of don't know how I feel about it, but at the same time, like teams like TCU, like I said, they're going to benefit exponentially
yes,
from
yes,
the
for
portal.
sure.
And Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss is another example. I mean, he's done it before, but he's not doing it now. And I
Well,
feel like Lane Kiffin is like at a plateau. That's a whole nother conversation. But I mean, Lane Kiffin's like he's kind of stuck in the mud, if you ask me.
yes, yes.
It's crazy to say. Crazy.
I think Lane Kiffin will get there. I don't, because it's not over. The whole transfer portal deal is not over. But
Hmm.
yeah, shout out to TCU for taking what already good football team they have and adding players who were rated way higher than most of those kids on that team, if not all of them, bringing them on.
Yeah.
So that is a huge step in the right direction.
Yeah, that's big facts, man. I like TCU going forward. Um, I had no faith in Kevin. Well, Salam, man, real quick, TB, do you have Lane Kiffin as a head coach? Like, how do you feel about that?
Oh,
You
what
have
do you
any
mean? Like,
faith in
do
that?
I like him as a head coach in general?
Yeah, going forward.
Uh, I think he's doing better at Ole Miss than he has at a lot of places, but
Hmm.
the way he finished this year was very weird. You know what I mean? It's very awkward. So just with all the rumors, and it just kind of you can tell it kind of got to the team. So maybe even got to Lane. But I'm
Yeah.
curious to see how he does this coming year.
Ole Miss was 8-0.
I know, and then went like what 1-4 or 1-3 the last couple of
I
games.
know. I know. And I'll say this. Look, I would take Ole Miss and I would take Lane Kiffin over Lincoln Riley. I would.
Yeah,
Lane
gotcha.
Kiffin has improved the Ole Miss defense. Lincoln Riley has not. I would take Lane Kiffin over Lincoln Riley. I would.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I would. I would. I definitely would. Um,
You saying because you
it's
think
all
that
defense for me, man. It's all defense.
got you, got you. Okay.
I don't want to get into a rabbit hole because we definitely could with Lincoln Riley. So, um, Okay. Anyway,
Finish.
you what?
Finish into the group. A parent asked the question. Sorry.
All right. Well, I mean, let's get into the preview. How do you feel about the Georgia and TCU game?
You go first.
Me go first?
Yes.
Man, I'm kind of conflicted. I mean, TCU's been a Cinderella story all year. Max Duggan can't be denied by anybody. I'm very hopeful for that. And then, like I said about the Georgia defense earlier, I mean, they have been a little bit suspect. I don't know. I might have to get you to respond on that, but I think the secondary has been suspect. But I don't think TCU can do what Ohio State did to Georgia either. So it's like, you know, yeah. Yeah, yeah. So UGA, yeah, I'm picking TCU. Of course I am. Of course I am. I have to. So TB, while TB is gone, yeah. I mean, how do you people feel about the game? How do you feel about Georgia's defense? Like I said, it's suspect. I mean, it's not nearly as good as it was last year. It's still good, but it's not like it was last year. It's not.
Yo, you couldn't hear me?
Yo, no. What's up?
That whole time?
I'm sitting here like, what?
Bro, god dang it. Okay. Oh, my bad. Look, I was
You
saying
good?
I said what TCU brings to the table is a sense, and I know this isn't a word, is a sense of unstableness. They bring a
Unstableness. I like that.
well,
Unstableness.
because you know on paper you're supposed to beat them. You know you're supposed to beat them. Now look
So
like you.
basically inconsistency.
No,
Pretty
what?
much.
No, I'd look at it more of like a David versus Goliath. It's like you know you're supposed
Yeah.
to win,
Yeah.
but how are they here? They had to have beaten other guys. Like what are the how man? Okay, like I know I'm supposed to be better than him, but he's got to be decent. So you come in with this like you're questioning what you thought you knew, even though you're game planning. So it
Mm-hmm.
anyway. That's kind of
Yeah.
where I'm at.
Yeah. No, yeah. And it's like I was saying, I mean, TCU has kind of dodged bullets all year. They've won a lot of games. They lost to TCU in the Big 12 championship, but other than that, I mean, they've dodged bullets all year. And it's because of Duggan let's be honest, I mean, it's the heart of the team. Like they are like literally just the embodiment of a program that has culture. And that's pretty much the most impressive thing to me with Sunday Dykes is the way he's coached that team. You know what I'm saying?
Whenever I try to type on this group chat, it always mutes me to you. But yes, I know exactly what you're saying. I need you to tell everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
I need you to tell everybody about Florida's off season real quick, so I can finish
Oh
this.
my god. I
I'm,
don't know. I don't know if I have the no. I ain't got the energy for that, bro.
uh,
Georgia is good for this game. What do you mean Georgia is good for this game? Good how? Type it in the comments. How are they good? I know Georgia's good, but how are they good for this game? I opened up the StreamYard just so people can come in and give their opinion. And we kind of went through the playoff games. And well, let me ask you finally, TB, what if you would rate it 1 to 10? How much are you worried?
a 4, a good 3 or 4.
4?
Yeah. I mean, I would go lower, but that would sound too much. But I would say a 4 because I think TCU can score, but the game against Ohio State, what that did for Georgia, like that's the last thing TCU wanted Georgia to have was a close game. You'd rather TCU blow them out so they go into this game big headed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you get a team that should have lost, but they didn't. So they're going to go into this next week feeling like they're not good enough. And that's the last thing you want a Kirby Smart defense to feel like is that they're not good enough.
This is true, but TCU also is the underdog, and they feel the same way. Now, what I will ask you, how do you feel about Max Duggan?
I don't feel well.
You don't feel well.
Max Duggan is a 9.9 out of 10 quarterback. Like I really love his leadership gives him extra points. Like I don't know, I just love watching him play. Love listening to him talk. He's very humble. That whole team is humble. But you were talking about them being the underdog. I do agree they are the underdog and they're carrying that into this. But like I said, what Kirby does well, he's good at using the narrative. And after all those people saying that Georgia should have lost, if Ohio State would have made the field goal, you already know he used that to the fullest this week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Y'all not good, y'all not good enough. All it took, if they would have made the field goal, we wouldn't be practicing right now. Like, take advantage of bro. That, like I said, if this goes the way that I think it will go, a pissed off Kirby Smart football team, they may go in there and Kirby may run the ball 80% of the game and try to win the game like 21-7. He may just run the ball just to be more physical and make his team out physical the other team. Just to prove a point to his team, not even to everybody else.
Well, and my bounce back on that is TCU's defense has been pretty good against the run. They shut down Michigan pretty much. So that's kind of my bounce back. I mean,
well,
I don't know. And
they run a 3-3-5.
Yeah, they run a 3-3-5. Georgia's never seen it until Mississippi State. Mississippi State ran that, but Georgia ran through it. So
agreed. We've seen it twice though too. Arkansas ran it on us as well, and so both of those games we rushed for 200 plus. But I get what you're saying is TCU has what do you call it? They have pride in stopping the run out of the 3-3-5. But don't get me wrong. I think if we start beating them on that, I could easily see them trying to change something. They won't stay in the 3-3-5 if we're just running all over it.
Probably not. If you keep running on them, yeah, probably not. I mean, but if they stop you, that's a difference maker. Like
true. I mean, that's where I'm like, okay, if they stop us, what are we gonna do? Pass it? Yes.
What are you going to do? Pass it? Yes. And you're going to, see, this is a great point. What are you going to do? Pass it? Yeah. Well, yeah. Look at Michigan. Look, you see what Michigan did?
Yeah, but you also told me
Michigan straight lit TCU's secondary up. Straight lit them up.
I see Kirby as the type because he saw that Michigan passed on them like that. I see Kirby's the type that's like, look, I don't want to score in 10 seconds. I want you to keep them on the field and get little by little, first down by first down, and wear their tail out. So, it depends too. If it's a high scoring game, then yeah, it'll be different.
I really love this because both teams are looking at film and everything, and they're looking at what they did in the playoff games and, what they did during the year too. Yeah. But you're looking at what TCU did versus Michigan and what Michigan did versus TCU. Does Georgia think that they can pass deep through the middle? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they're planning for that, but you have to be kind of thinking about that, like, as an offensive game plan.
Yeah, for sure. That's like I said, there's a lot of what ifs and how, it could go this way, it could go that way, but I agree. I think it'll be fun to see the back and forth.
Yeah, 2 pick sixes. Yeah, that's right.
What's up, UJ?
What's up, boys?
Nothing much.
Let the people in.
How about them dogs, baby? Back to back, baby.
It ain't over yet.
You would say that, you damn Florida man. I'm just
It
glad
ain't
you
over
didn't.
yet. It
I'm
ain't
just glad
over
you.
yet.
I'm just glad you didn't elaborate on Florida's off season like anybody gives a damn.
Oh, that's why I didn't elaborate on it. Nobody cares.
You're a
Kobe,
smart
how you
man.
doing?
Fishing's a smart man.
He is. He identifies as a
Identify as one, yeah.
Florida man,
He
but
identifies.
he identifies as a Florida man, but he really is a smart man.
What you think about it, Colby?
Man, I think it's going to be a blowout, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to say 51-24. Dogs are on top.
You wowed. You wowed. You think 70 points are going to be scored in this game?
I mean, I'm wild, but that's not the reason why.
No, that's not the reason.
Yeah, 51 points. We're going to put 51 points on them. I don't think
That's
think
cap.
they'll get over 30.
That's cap. That's not happening.
I mean,
Yeah, man. Hey,
50 points is a lot, bro.
but Michigan put it on them almost. Our offense,
Yeah,
is
because
better than
Michigan had to. I mean, Michigan was forced to
Now,
try to
hey,
do
now Kobe, he is correct on that because if Kirby does not have to put up a lot of points, he won't, bro.
He
You
won't.
know, Kirby.
No.
Kirby will get up. Kirby get up by 21 points, start running the ball, bro.
Kirby get up by 14, he'll start running the ball. I mean, Kirby will not throw the damn ball.
man, y'all are tripping. Man, hey, listen here, Fishing. I want you to listen closely, all right?
Hey, in the chat, Towan, I'm gonna post the link. I would love for you to come in here and just chat with us, bro. Just come in and talk your stuff. That's all. But yeah, go ahead, Kobe.
Well, what I was gonna say is like it's funny you don't see any TCU fans around here. Like you just see like Florida fans, Alabama fans sticking up for TCU. They're like, yeah, I'm a TCU fan. Just ask C-Dog. That's exactly what he's doing. TCU got no fans. They got no confidence.
What you mean? I'm a TCU fan.
51-24.
They're not going to score. They're not going to score 24 on us.
If they score more than 24, you're going to lose.
I'll be completely honest with you. I'll stay with my score prediction, but I'll be honest with you. I think Max Duggan is the real fucking deal. I think he's a stud.
Yeah.
He's gonna scramble. He's gonna get yards. We just have to contain him. I mean, he's gonna do his thing. The good thing about it is we just faced CJ Stroud. We didn't prepare for him to run like a chicken with his head cut off, but he did. So it kind of prepared.
Yeah.
So
hey, hold on. Y'all, dude, Taiwan man. He says,
hey, come join the chat, bro.
He says Georgia is not Ohio State and Michigan, but yet Georgia scored the same amount. Well, actually, 1 point more than Michigan, and we missed 2 field goals. Ohio State missed 1. So we don't have to be them. We could just be Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia doesn't have anything. Brock Bowers was also shut down until the fourth quarter. Well, Georgia still scored 43 points.
Yeah, TCU fans are at church.
By the way, did y'all hear that the LA the game's in LA, right? You know LA, California. I think y'all have all heard about it, right?
Yeah.
Right. So they're not allowing tailgating at the game.
Yeah.
So I heard a lot of Georgia fans are just going to act like they're homeless and bring their tents out there, and California won't be able to do anything about it.
Oh, we got jokes.
You could tailgate in the pink lot, Kobe. You can. The pink lot you can tailgate in. Just in all the other lots you can't.
Oh, we've been.
No one likes the little lot.
Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with them? They allergic to fun? I mean,
that was the NCAA.
What the hell is the problem?
Not a.
Is this COVID or something? Like,
oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I think they still.
It's not California.
I'm telling you, all you have to do is act like you're homeless. Act like you're homeless. Pitch a tent right outside the stadium, and the cops won't mess with you. That's what California's all about.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually pretty funny because they probably wouldn't.
No, they won't. California's a whole different country, man. We got 49 states.
Colby, it wasn't a California decision. It was an NCAA decision.
Yeah, well, well.
All right, well, let's address the chat real quick. Max Duggan will give them fits.
Facts.
He improvised.
Stroud gave us this.
He improvised a little better. Quentin Johnston is that dude. Yes, Quentin Johnston is that dude. He is that dude.
ATB.
I've never heard of him.
Nobody is arguing that. The problem is Quentin Johnston is the only dude. That's the problem.
Well, yeah,
He's the only dude that can give Georgia fits. That's the problem for me.
You look at Ohio State, like they had wide receivers, 5-star.
Yeah. Marvin Harrison, Julian Fleming, Emeka Egbuka.
Even their running backs out the backfield.
Yeah, and they were missing their running back, Treon Henderson.
They weren't missing him.
Yeah.
Man, it's got to be tough to be a Florida man.
Stop it.
I mean, you go all the way back to last season. The Florida man was picking Michigan to beat our ass in the playoff games.
What you talking about?
And then when Georgia beat the hell out of Michigan.
What the hell are you talking about?
Then when Georgia beat the hell out of Michigan, the Florida man was picking Bama to beat us in the national championship.
Georgia beat Michigan when?
Last season.
In the playoff.
Last year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they didn't play last year. In the playoff.
This season, the Florida man was picking UT to beat the hell out of Georgia. That shit didn't happen.
I don't know where you heard that from. That's stupid.
And then on top of that, the Florida man picking Ohio State to beat Georgia.
I didn't pick it.
Yeah, you did.
I did not.
Well, to be honest, okay.
I did not. I did not pick that.
To be back on track here, Max Duggan will give Georgia problems. There's no doubt about it.
Yes, he will.
He's a stud. He's gonna get his own. It's just like how can Georgia's offense? I hope we come out really strong, throwing the ball early. I mean, I've heard a lot of people talking about we need to run the ball in that 3-5-5 defense that they have. I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah, they run the 3-5-5. Beware.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
But I hope we come out slinging the ball. Honestly,
I do hope we score early. I hope we're explosive early. But like I said, knowing Kirby, as soon as he gets up by 14 points or 21 points, his mindset is going to be, okay, they're running that kind of defense. Yeah, exactly. He's just going to run the clock out. Because we did this, like I said, we did it against Arkansas, which even though Arkansas may have better recruits than TCU, they're not playing as well as TCU. So same thing for Mississippi State. They ran that same thing, and I think TCU will have a way better defensive squad. But I don't know.
Why are we comparing Arkansas to TCU?
Well, hey, look, check this out. I mean, look at TCU's defense. I mean, look, they stopped Michigan's run game, and that's one thing.
Yeah.
They stopped Michigan's run game, and that's one thing.
Being able to stop the run, I was just saying. Like the teams that we've played already that have that defense, and then that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Also, TCU's defense has been proven to be pretty productive, right? I mean, that's no question.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that giving up 30-something points to Oklahoma State and then having to come back.
Yeah, pretty productive. They damn got their asses hammered.
Well, look,
Kansas State.
We can all sit here and say this, but at the same time, I mean, TCU's in the playoffs. Look, I know TCU lost to Kansas State in the Big 12 championship. Like TCU's defense is not the greatest.
No, but they have been productive. In their very last game, they were super productive. So we have to agree on that.
One game.
Oh, agreed. But it happened to be their last game.
Well,
they're coming off of that.
Well, all right. So tell me this. Ohio State versus Northwestern. How did Ohio State do?
It was a pouring raining game. It was also pouring raining. So, and Ohio State isn't a run-heavy team.
I'm sorry. If it's raining, we got to give them permission. Yeah, okay.
I mean, if you don't think weather affects football games,
it does.
Okay.
It was windy too, damn it.
Oh, it was windy too. Okay, well, how did Ohio State do it versus Maryland?
Windy is worth 2 more pick sixes.
How did it do versus Maryland? Terrible. So my whole point is they play that way versus terrible teams, but they come up against Georgia and look how they play. I mean, they get up for the game. They get up for the big game, and that's the whole point of everything.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, that's where it really matters.
I think Georgia wins by 3 touchdowns.
You damn right.
You're crazy.
I feel like Miami could even beat TCU, to be honest with you.
You're on crack too. What the hell's going on here?
Man, TCU will beat the shit out of Florida.
Miami?
Yeah. There was crack in the lobby. What you talking about?
Hey,
You didn't hear Miami got a new facility now, so they're good.
Yeah, Miami's the hot new juice here.
What you think, Slim?
Well, since Colby's got jokes, I can guarantee this with 1,000% certainty. That 3-5-5 defense he's talking about, every play TCU comes out in it, they'll get flagged for too many men on the field.
No, they'll figure that out. They'll figure it out.
No, he's saying because it's 3-3-5, not 3-5-5. That's what he's saying.
Slim, I didn't even think about that. That's a good one. I didn't even think about that. That's a good one.
Screw that, bro. Run the 3-5-5. Screw it.
That's why I got that's why they're gonna lose. That's what I'm getting at. They're running 3-5-5 all week.
Slim, you need to get back in that whiskey cabinet, bro.
Hold up. Wait, what's going on here?
Shit, I gotta get back home first.
Where you at?
Are you still on the road today?
Still driving?
No, I just had to go in today and load, but
Oh,
something that should have took 30 minutes took these dipshits 2 hours.
that ain't worth the shit.
Hold up.
You're probably used to that shit, though, ain't you?
Yeah, well, kind of, but you know what? I'll take that $24 an hour for sitting there for 2 hours.
Hell yeah.
My man said Mullen is
since they
better than
wanted
Napier. Bro.
Maybe I'd say Mullen's probably a better OC.
Man, listen, Mullen
You're gonna make
is
room for one more, and you're pushing my buttons here.
listen,
Napier
Mullen
won't be
is
there
a
long
way
enough to
better
beat
recruiter
Georgia.
and a way better coach than Billy.
He's not a
Napier.
better recruiter. That's not true. Coach, yes.
Listen, it's showing that right now. He's showing it right now.
Who you talking about?
Mullen is a way better recruiter than Napier.
No.
Wait, you said
Well, I
Mullen?
think you've got too small a sample size to make that claim.
If you gave Dan Mullen the NIL, he would sit there and twiddle his thumbs. So stop it. That's not true.
Hey, the numbers are showing.
not true.
Look, if you look at Mullen's first year versus Billy Napier.
Mullen's first year was great because he coached, and there was no nonsense going on. So he could coach the team, and he improved the offense, which is what Florida needed.
And the Todd Grantham effect hadn't come into effect yet on the defense.
Right.
Well,
Yeah. Todd Grantham is great until you get into year 2.
Yeah, Todd Grantham runs the 3-5-5, man.
I was gonna say, though, Dan Mullen also was getting to coach somebody else's players. Dan Mullen got to coach somebody else's good recruiting class.
Well, Dan Mullen couldn't recruit out of state because of violations from the previous coach. Am I right?
There was an infraction. Yeah.
He couldn't physically go out of state and sit in someone's house.
Yeah, imagine that. Dan Mullen getting restricted for recruiting violations. Imagine that shit.
Well, no, that wasn't violations. That was 2020.
Hey, listen,
I mean, they couldn't do any recruiting anyway.
22 players to the transfer portal either.
Luke,
that's kind of the norm when a new coach comes in, though. I think.
I don't know about that.
I mean, that number is going to fluctuate, but I think that's going to kind of be the norm. You see a lot of guys transferring in and out of Colorado. You're seeing the same thing at Miami. I mean, I think you're going to see that now more and more as coaches change. You're going to see a big in and out of players.
Well, the one thing that I will say, I mean, NIL is obviously a factor in everything that's going on. And it affects recruiting. It affects the transfer portal. It affects everything. And, I mean, to be honest, I hate to say it, but that's why Florida is struggling. I mean, that's the number one reason. And
How
that's
is
why
South Carolina better?
that's why Miami is having so much success.
Well,
It
and this
is.
is going to sound kind of trollish too, and yes, there's a little troll to it, but I mean, if Florida fans want to be productive, quit setting up GoFundMes to buy out Napier's contract and actually donate to the collective instead.
What is actually funny because people are actually doing that too. They're actually
But
literally
like I said, it
canceling their
sounds
membership.
trolly, but I'm serious.
No, people are actually canceling their Gator Collective memberships, and they're saying I'm not supporting this anymore. And it's like, isn't that the reason that you want success to happen? Like people are literally canceling the shit.
Listen, I don't
What
think
the
it's
fuck
a,
are you
I don't think
doing?
it's I don't think it's a head coach issue really to 100%. I think it's a more Scott Strickland
Can I
issue.
add it? Okay, I'm about to say.
I mean, that's Florida man effect in full effect is what that is. I mean, is that any more than logic?
Hey, man.
All I can say
just
is,
tell
how
it how
about
it
them
is. I
fucking
mean,
dogs? How about them fucking dogs going back to back?
They ain't going back to back yet.
Oh, man, y'all don't
The
just say
game
that.
got to be played. That's what they say. The game's got to be played first. So
Man, we all know
that
they're
shit.
going back to back. Let's not lie to ourselves. Let's be real. Let's be real about it. We're grown men.
Yeah, let's be real. Let's be real. We got to wait till Monday night. Let's be real.
Daniel, that makes us sound like Alabama fans, bro.
It sure does. You know what? That's a great point. It sure does. You sound like Alabama fans.
Hey, if Alabama fans,
Be right back.
was it like 1890s?
I gotta let somebody go because Luke's in the background. But I'll be right back.
Hey, I'll go. I gotta go anyways.
See you, Daniel.
Well, hey, don't go yet. I want you to tell us how you really feel.
Mullen sucks.
About the Natty game?
Yeah.
I think TCU is really good.
You just think Stetson's gonna eat. That's all.
I think Stetson's gonna do what he's been doing all season long. I think he's gonna make a couple bonehead plays, but I think he's gonna have all around. He's gonna have a good game. TCU, I think, will keep up to the half. I think they'll score 14 points in the half, and then second half, that's when the depth and the talent really show. So I'm not taking anything away from TCU. They're there for a reason, and I think their quarterback is a really good quarterback. They have a couple of solid guys all the way around, a couple of good wide receivers, a good running back, and a couple of guys on the offensive and defensive line. So, so I mean, I think they'll do the thing, but I think it's more of a depth thing, and you'll see the talent. Georgia's going to win. I think they'll win by 2 scores. I think we'll see a little bit of Kirby Smart doing what he does, a lot of rotating for next year. Once the second half, third quarter ends and stuff like that. So,
all right, last question. If Stetson Bennett throws 2 interceptions for pick sixes, do you think Georgia wins?
No.
Yeah, I think he wins. Again, I think it's
more, with 2 pick sixes.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, and the reason why I said I think is more because, again, it's the second half. It's the fourth quarter. You know, it's the whole how much those interceptions really affect. If it affects of like TCU's tie game and they're going all the way in the fourth, head to head, then maybe it's a different story. But if it's 2 pick sixes and Georgia's up by already 14, 21 points, I mean. It will matter to an extent, but I don't see them even with 2 picks. Them losing their game.
How many games overall in football do people throw 2 pick sixes?
Yeah, look.
I mean, there's probably less than 20 games where you throw multiple pick sixes and you win the game.
That's you can't even ask that. I mean, that question doesn't make sense statistically.
Now, I'll say this to that point.
That's for sure.
Well, you can ask it, but it's an irrelevant question.
Yeah. I mean, to that point, though, no, TCU's defense isn't the greatest, but they're very opportunistic.
Oh,
they're going to capitalize on mistakes.
No, I agree with that.
I mean, if Stetson comes out there and he's having an off day, that can make TCU's defense look a lot better than it is because they will capitalize on them.
No, I agree. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
I gotta let Luke in. here. So
See you,
Oh, yeah,
Daniel.
one more thing, and then I'll go ahead.
go ahead, man. Yeah, go ahead.
I think Slim, you're right. I think if Bennett starts showing that he's not on his A game, but I think that again, Tom Monken's not dumb. He knows when Bennett's not on his A game, he's going to run that ball, and I don't think TCU is ready for the running the ball. So
Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
no,
I mean,
no.
Mission does what?
That's not true.
hey, but I'm
Well,
not. All right, y'all. You have a good
See
one.
you, Daniel.
Peace,
Go
Daniel.
Dogs.
All right.
I'll
Go
say
Dogs.
this to that point. I mean, Fishing, you were
Fuck
right
Florida.
earlier. You were right earlier when you said
Fuck Florida.
TCU's defense is good against the run. And I'd even be willing to say that they've probably seen better running backs than what Georgia has. Because this definitely isn't the most stacked quarterback room Georgia's had, obviously. But, everybody's seen the guys come out of there. And then you've got, that I'd say that Texas running back's probably better than any on Georgia's roster right now.
This is very true. Is Deuce Vaughn the best running back that TCU has seen? Probably.
Yeah, but I don't think Georgia needs the running backs.
Well, and I've said this all year. I mean,
and you may be right about that. I'm just saying, as far as to his point on TCU's run defense and what they've been able to accomplish this year.
No, and Georgia, look, Georgia hasn't run the ball very well this year. Let's be honest, they haven't.
So what happens when you hire Stacey Searles, zero line coach.
Well,
what Georgia does,
not,
well is they dump off the ball to the running back or the tight end, and that's an extension of the run game. And I've said it all year. That's what they do well.
Georgia hasn't run the ball really well in the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's about how we use our running backs, not how
we didn't run the ball well last year.
Not particularly, but
I guess. Look, my thing to
it's kind
that
of
too.
Taking a dive, I guess, if you would say.
Well, it's because we're passing more too. Because, like I just told y'all, Stetson's 71 yards away from breaking Aaron Murray's record and 170 from breaking the all-time passing record at Georgia. Because we don't usually throw the ball at Georgia. So if you do one thing, the other thing has to sacrifice or has to suffer. But I was gonna say
Very
this.
true.
I do agree though that like Bijan Robinson is better than the running backs that we have as an individual. But I also have to add into that too. Texas has an offensive line that is nowhere near the amount of talent that Georgia has. No team. TCU has not seen an offensive line. They have not seen tight ends like that all together in
Michigan?
one game.
I mean, you very well may be right about that, but if that's the case, I mean that's kind of another notch in Robinson's belt as far as he ain't behind the greatest O-line and he's still doing what he did.
Oh, agreed. Well, think about it. That's college football history. Having running backs that just can make for themselves, and that's kind of what I'm saying is, like he just said, Michigan. Yes, Michigan does have that, but they only had one running back, and their quarterback threw 36% from passes under 10 yards against TCU. So it's
you gotta
like
give some of that credit to TCU's defense.
Well,
exactly.
And
I
know this has turned into kind of. I know this has turned into kind of a troll thing, but yes, injuries matter, and when you're missing somebody that was definitely in the running for the Heisman, that matters to any team.
Yeah,
and let's not forget about Kendre Miller.
For sure.
Let's not forget about Kendre Miller. I mean, the running back for TCU, the dude's an animal.
Yeah, he is good.
And he's questionable for the game. It's like, so that's definitely a big factor.
Well, and that's
he's questionable. He's playing.
Yeah. Well, Luke, I know that too, but at the same time, it's like it makes Georgia have to account for him, though. You know how they do.
I think it's going to be a big game.
The thing about the depth part, the depth of Georgia. That's what I was talking to Fishing about at the beginning of the show. Our starting DN's been out for most of the year. He's arguably first, second round pick. You got Robert Beal, our other starter, who went out. You got Chaz Chambliss, the third string DN, and then you had almost 4 linebackers go out that game against Ohio State, which 2 of them will be out for this game. So it's like and then people say, yeah, but y'all got 5 stars everywhere. And it's like, no, I get that, but it is a lot different when those guys don't have experience, especially in a big game like this. Now, it may not matter. It may still win. I'm just saying that's the difference in saying, well, Ohio State lost their star receiver. The game's over. It's like, oh, so one player controls y'all's game? Like,
Well,
got
no,
to.
not one player, but you're
No.
absolutely right. And a perfect
They lost their
example of
other
that.
star receiver at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, so
Well,
it's
I'm
not
about to say a perfect example to TB's point. Look at Alabama in 2019. They lost 6 starters off of that defense before the season even started, and that
yeah.
defense was terrible in 2019.
Terrible.
So, well, and that's what I'm saying is that I really hope as a Georgia fan that the backups in this game do come out and play well because it's the future of the program, but also it's the now. I don't want to lose that game and go, well, we had a bunch of guys hurt. Like I'm not going to do that.
Well, if you want to look at injuries too, Georgia runs a two tight end set a lot with Darnell and Brock. So I mean, he's banged up. So
I forgot Darnell's
Oscar Delp, he's going to have to step up, and if they want to keep running the 2 tight end set, like he's
and
that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is a coaching matchup at its finest.
Yeah,
and that's something that I think you're going to see. I think that's going to be a big matchup because with Darnell being out, you watch them double the other tight end all night.
Yes,
Brock Bowers.
Well, and then you got to think our Honky's been out too. He's been out last weekend. Yeah,
Darnell's starting.
Lad McConkey, he had 1 catch last game, and I want to say it was on the 2-point conversion. Like he hadn't been fully healthy, so it's just. But this time of the year, everybody has players that are banged up, so that's why, like I'm saying, it's not an excuse. It's just one of those where, like you said, like it's going to be a coaching matchup. You're not going to.
Yeah, Darnell's starting, man. He hadn't had crutches or a boot all week.
Yeah, he has a low ankle sprain. That's all it is. But I mean,
well, and I get that, but y'all know Kirby as well as everybody else. And questionable means he may see the field again in 6 months.
Bullshit. Yeah. He's playing.
Well, I think it's kind of different with Darnell because he's a kind of player that he's an offensive lineman basically at the same time. So he's more important than just a 5-star wide receiver that we never use or a quarterback.
Well, tell me this though, y'all, because this was curious about. What you got?
No, go ahead.
The part about Darnell Washington, whenever I saw, like you said, he was in the boot on the sidelines, I felt if it wasn't that serious of an injury, he would have been playing in what could have been, or what was possibly the last game of the season for Georgia. So the fact that he was not playing, it had to have been serious for him not to go back out there and try to help win that game. This man was, it was like he was just off to the side, nothing the rest of the game. And I'm like, if it had been a small, like rolled ankle, he'd have been back out there. It had taped him up and put him out there.
Yeah, but I don't think it was like, I think it was serious at the time as far as his performance,
I could see that with it being a low ankle sprain or something because he is a big human being. Like offensive linemen don't take the kind of cuts that he does at tight end, being that same size. So that is a lot of.
And if you have a serious high ankle sprain, you ain't coming out of the boot for weeks.
I know, and that's why when he said it was a low ankle sprain, that made me really happy.
Yeah,
just, not happy that he's hurt, but happy that it's something easy.
Yeah,
they're saying give TCU some credit, or you might regret it like Florida and Oklahoma State.
If I'm TCU's DC, I'm putting my corners on an island until Georgia gives me a reason not to.
Well,
no, you really don't. I mean, nobody is afraid of Georgia's wide receiving core. Nobody has been.
No, and Ohio State messed up and tried that.
Well, and I bit back on that. Because look at Arian Smith and what he did to the Ohio State secondary.
Arian Smith was Randy Moss because they tried to one on.
Smith is a fucking.
I think teams are more fearful of their receiver core than they're not. So
I don't think one game is going to make a team fearful of your receiving core.
Shit.
Well, but he's also been hurt a lot of the season too. AD Mitchell, our star receiver, he has a total of 8 catches on the year because he's missed 12 games or 13 games.
Well,
So
and I mean that's part of the point. You got guys
team.
I mean that's part of the point. Y'all got guys injured that have missed time. So I mean it's not
Oh,
all
agreed.
you just got trash wide receivers.
The best damn players are out for like 8 weeks.
No, I agree
What's
though.
wrong here?
Yeah,
I need an explanation for that.
I'm just looking at the totality of the season.
Yeah.
You know, Georgia's wide receiving core is not top 3 on the list
But
of
Slim,
what
I
you're
think,
worried about with Georgia's offense.
I know, but Slim, I think they're so balanced from top to bottom that it just scares the hell out of you whether you focus on the receiving
And they
core or
are.
not.
They are. I mean, wide receiver is the least. You know, it's the weak position, but at the same time, I mean, Georgia is. They are. They're balanced all across the board. That's very true.
Quarterback is a weak position, but
well, obviously it's not. Obviously, quarterback is not the weak position.
I'll say this too.
Y'all
I don't
keep
think they
saying
have
that,
a guy.
Hold on.
I don't think they have a guy that can.
What the hell
Who's your
ever.
guy that can take the top off of defense?
Wait, Slim,
Who's your guy that's gonna run the go route and is gonna beat the corner every time?
Wait, Slim, can I
Yeah, that would be.
It doesn't matter though. This is the weird thing about Georgia's team. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have that guy. Like the whole team is so balanced that you don't actually have to have that guy.
It's just
They're
like
going to be
the argument
successful
that- it's just like the
any
argument
way
that
you look at it.
quarterback is the weak position. I mean, we're still having that argument. He's about to win 2 in a row.
I don't like
because of how good their roster
Now,
is.
well,
Not because
All
of
right, hang
Come
on.
on.
Sir UGA, that's like saying Trent Dilfer is a good quarterback because he's got a ring. That doesn't mean a damn thing. There are
Well,
plenty of bad players with a
I
ring.
just- Yeah, well, I mean, 2 in a row natties back to back as a quarterback is hard to find
It's
in NCAA
impressive.
football.
It is
So,
impressive.
I'm not saying that he's a 5-star Slim, and I'm not saying that he's the best quarterback we have talent wise. I'm just saying that this whole argument that he is the weakest position on the team is a joke.
I mean, he probably is
Well,
because
no,
your
I
team
don't.
is so
He
loaded.
probably is. Yeah,
No, he's
that's
not.
probably true.
Yeah, we'll talk about the 12-team playoff in a minute.
I mean, it's probably true as a star rating goes. I get that, but that I mean, it's
I'm
just
not talking
well,
about star
this is
rating.
the
I'm talking
slam
about
and
how good he
Bill
is. He's
So
not
what,
that
talking
good.
about how
what-
good he
what
is. I mean,
proof
see,
do you
there
have
we
that
go.
to
So
back
so
up,
it's not. So
Luke?
you see that Slim? It's not even a star rating anymore. It's
So,
just
Luke,
a personal feeling on how good.
Man,
he
yeah,
is.
but he's about to be.
Luke,
He's
Well,
about to
it-
make history. He's about to make history in NCAA football, and we still got to make the argument. It's about how
So
good he
AJ
is, not a
McCarron was
star
an elite
rating.
quarterback.
What a joke!
No. Well, no,
Sir
that's a
UGA,
great point,
is
Luke.
AJ
That's a great
McCarron
Did
an
point.
elite quarterback?
What a joke!
No, actually, that's a great point.
That is a great point. I mean,
Bennett.
No, but listen.
It's sad.
Yeah, but guys, y'all are talking about a quarterback that was in a run-heavy offense.
I'm trying.
That was
to,
a
I'm
let's
run-heavy
talk running
offense.
for
Like,
tight
yeah,
end screens
y'all
for Brock
just stated
Bowers.
that
Wow.
Georgia's running backs run game has been
Yeah, I
terrible.
mean, it's just ridiculous at this point.
I'm just asking. You said back-to-back
Okay,
national
tell other
championships,
teams
make
to
him
do
an
it.
elite quarterback. Was
Luke,
AJ
I thought
McCarron
you
an
were
elite
talking
quarterback?
about.
Yeah,
Luke, I thought you
tell
were
other
talking
teams
about.
to do it.
I thought you were talking about from a
Just
star
saying.
rating, and I'll give you that. He's not rated as high stars as most of the quarterbacks
Yeah,
in the
but
league.
you just compared him to a quarterback in a run-heavy offense.
Stetson Bennett, 90% of the plays he runs are tight end screens, wide receiver screens.
No,
basically
I'm just saying. I would like
AJ
the
McCarron
football
run
side
that
of me
same
would
offense,
never
had the
allow
same
it.
results.
I
That's
think
what I'm
you
saying.
got to give some.
People
I
say
think-
Georgia's offense isn't run heavy. Well,
Well,
if you,
well,
then
if
tell
you
me-
I get
include the dump off,
where Luke's coming from.
Wait, so you're saying
because Stetson Bennett is no Drake May. He's not even in the same stratosphere.
I did, but that's not where Luke's coming from.
right?
How many top 25 teams would Stetson Bennett
I
start on?
do, yeah.
That's not where Luke's coming from, Slim.
Yeah,
I just tried to have that. I just tried to have that discussion on star
I'm just
ratings
saying
and
that the
talent
fact
ratings,
is,
and he said it's not about star
but
ratings. It's
it
about the
sounds like
fact that
Luke's
he's not
coming
elite.
from a hater.
What do I have to hate on Stetson Bennett for?
I don't.
Why
I'm
would
not
I hate
saying you
Georgia?
do. I'm just arguing with Slim.
Well, then, like I said, maybe I'm just
Well,
taking Luke
I'm just
differently than you
saying
are. I don't know.
That's fine. I just
Well, you
told
just
all.
said-
I just
you
told
just-
everybody. I just told
No, sir,
everybody that I
was
agree.
the one saying that because he said, "Well, when all you do is throw screens at 90%."
Yeah.
Well, you're talking about a run-heavy offense. Just substitute those runs.
We're
for
not a
screens.
run-heavy
completely
offense.
get
We
where
pass
Luke's
more than
coming
run.
from because a quarterback.
Look. Georgia is usually a run-heavy offense.
Usually
They are
doesn't
not
count
now.
the last
They are
2
not.
years.
They are not now because of the dump offs. Like that's what Todd Monken has done. They dump off the ball, and that's an extension of the run game.
Well,
I've been
this
saying
is
that all
what it
season
is.
long.
This
I
is
mean,
what it
that's
is
what they
right now.
do, and they do very good at it.
This
Okay,
is what
Luke.
it is.
Luke
Stetson
and
Bennett-
Slim.
Stetson Bennett is a great college football player. Great football quarterback. Not going to do anything in the NFL. That's the bottom line.
I disagree with great. I'd say good, but I don't think he's great.
Luke.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, good, great. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Luke and Slim, I'll argue this with you, and I'll agree to this with you. Monken puts Stetson Bennett in a position where he can be a lot better than his rating. How does that sound?
Oh, I don't disagree with that at all. I think Monken runs the offense to Stetson's strength. That's what
Exactly.
he's got.
Yeah.
There's where we agree with each other. Right? Would you agree with that, Luke?
Yes, I agree. They run the offense to his strengths perfectly.
Okay. All right. Well, we're good.
Well, and I
Yeah,
want to
tell him in the chat. I mean, he has a point, but at the same time, I mean, I could argue with it too. But he got a point. I mean,
Well,
where's Georgia?
Here I'll use a good comparison, and to me, and this is my quarterback.
Well, you ain't got no damn receivers. I ain't worried about it.
You look at the NFL. Well, whatever. That's no. I'm not even talking about that.
they ain't got a station.
Everybody talks about how Tom Brady's the best quarterback ever. Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback, all the physical attributes than Tom Brady. And if he played as long as him, he would blow out all of Tom Brady's numbers, but he won't. Tom Brady, until he got all the numbers, Tom Brady was just the most accomplished quarterback ever.
Yeah.
But he's played long enough to get the numbers to back it up. Aaron Rodgers, if you look at the skill set, if you look at what he does physically, is a better quarterback than Tom Brady.
And look, and we can all say that we agree with that. But would you trade having Aaron Rodgers and the better quarterback, I guess, ability for the rings that Tom Brady has? No, you would take those rings all day long.
All right.
Nobody's saying you should want to trade Stetson Bennett away. We're just saying he's not a elite quarterback.
No,
Hey, Slim, can we just
see?
Can we just see Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers in a UFC fight when they both retire?
Yes, that's exactly what we need to see.
Yeah, the
Let's
undercard
go.
can be like Jake Paul and
Hey,
football.
but I want to ask Luke, Slim, and
No, hang. What did he say? My thing connected to the Wi-Fi at the house, so it cut out.
I was going to ask y'all. Oh, he was saying that Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers need to go in a UFC fight after they retire.
Man, golly.
Tom Brady.
Is it gonna be sponsored by Ginkgo biloba?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers would win. Aaron Rodgers
wouldn't be able to pass a drug test.
Aaron Rodgers would
That's a good point.
up like
That man's gonna get high out of his mind. When he
Yeah, way too much ayahuasca.
Either that or Aaron Rodgers would come in there tripping on mushrooms and he wouldn't feel a thing.
Hey, but I have a football question though for the non-Georgia. Cause I want y'all's opinion. We all agree about the wide receiver part as far as it not being the flashy what everybody's used to as far as from a great receiving core, but they still produce. And now that we're starting to get people back, do you think that is going to be a huge benefit of this game? Do you think that will that does everything else mask what we have?
Well, first off, to me, I don't know why Georgia players are injured for so damn long. That's a mystery. Like, I don't understand it. At the same time, though, like we saw Arian Smith. Like, Arian Smith showed up. Like, the dude is fast. Like, so in that aspect, I do think it makes a difference. But I don't know, man. I mean, I give Kirby a lot of praise, but at the same time, it's like he's kind of screwing up in some aspects.
You damn Florida man, give me a break.
That's one of the aspects that he's.
Well, he's got a point. Kirby is kind of handicapping himself. You have better quarterbacks on your roster. The one place he doesn't recruit as well as he does others is wide receiver. Your team could be much better than what it is.
Yeah.
And that's so scary to say because, like Sir UGA is about to say, we're playing for a second straight back-to-back championship, and the team could be a lot better.
No, I don't think anybody would doubt that. You'd be foolish to. It's plain as the nose on your face.
It's
No,
pretty
I'm
remarkable. It's
just
pretty
saying in
remarkable.
general, like,
Hey, yeah.
that's just that's wild to even think that that's possible. Like,
Well, I'll finish your conversation, but I'm gonna pull
no,
this
we
up.
done. You got to bring up the playoff deal.
I got to bring up.
You got to what?
Hold on. Let me make sure I'm good.
God, are we about to have another 12-team playoff argument?
No.
I was going to say 36.
But we got to look at the pick'em.
48.
Oh,
Well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it like the tournament in March and make it a 64-team playoff. Fuck it. Let's go.
the whole season should just be a playoff. 130
Hey,
team
well,
Yeah, I was just about
there
to
was
say
only
that.
17 people that entered it, and I'm disappointed with all of you.
Hey, I was just about to say what Luke said. Yeah, do it. Everybody in the playoff.
Most. I said most.
124
I mean-
team bracket.
I mean, do you get any more modern era than a fucking playoff participation award?
Yes,
That's
yeah,
basically
bro.
what it would be at that point.
You get a little Letterman jacket.
God
I'll
damn.
There you have it. There you have it. Traveling fools want to pick them.
Dude, he was like number 2 or 3 on that one on Pigskin Pete's too.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
Traveling
he likes
fools ain't
playing the
fucking
court
around.
jester, but he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he ain't fucking around. If he can't win at Miami, he's got to win somewhere. So I
Did
respect
Nate win Pete's pool?
it. Yes.
Yes, he did.
What?
Ow, that hurt.
Fucking
He won the
Nate.
whole season
I'm
and the
convinced that
full
Nate's
season.
cheating. I'm convinced.
Wasn't that Nate's pool, not Pete's pool?
Well,
Yeah, it was
technically.
Nate's pool. Because Nate has
Technically.
3 entries.
Nate's a cheater.
I
Nate
call
has 3
shenanigans.
entries. He told us. Nate told us
Shenanigans.
Cheater.
he had 3 different profiles on that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's Nate's
Oh,
philosophy.
ain't
Let's
no way
see.
you
Let's
win
see
your
who's at the bottom though.
ain't no way you win your own pool. That's cheating, Slim. Come on.
Oh, Bulldog JC. Oh my God.
Wait, Bulldog,
What did he
Oh,
say?
we as the Georgia
let's look at
community,
the picture real quick. Let's look at the
we as
picture.
the Georgia community want to trade Bulldog JC to
Look
North
at
Carolina.
that.
State. We want Luke to come to the Georgia community.
My man picked Florida. He picked Washington State.
Jesus.
He picked Baylor, Mizzou. He got Buffalo right.
Were we picking spreads in y'all's or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I picked the Florida as in the spread. You know,
Yeah.
like if I'd done win loss, I don't think I would have picked the other team. I don't think I would have picked Florida. You know,
Who did
Oh, yeah, there's several teams I'll pick by the spread, but not
Yeah.
straight up.
Yeah, agreed.
like did y'all Slim? Did y'all do spread in Nate's pool too?
I didn't do it, but
Oh, you
no,
didn't
they
do
weren't doing spread. They were
Yeah.
just doing
Yeah.
straight up.
Slim
They were
couldn't
just
be
doing
bothered
straight-
to
'cause-
join.
Because I know Rogers' pool was straight up too. That's totally different.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Nate,
I like
Nate,
to
Nate's
up,
thing was
honestly.
spread. Nate's was against the spread.
Oh, it was the
Hey,
spread.
real quick. Look at our boy Octavian. Look at
What do you
Octavian.
get? What number?
Tied
We
with
can't
TD.
I don't see.
Hey, look at
I'm
our
quitting
boy.
YouTube. man.
Octavion's a punk.
I'm quitting YouTube.
Oh,
He said, I'm
yo.
quitting YouTube. God damn.
Yo.
Hey, boys, I got to go. See y'all later.
All right,
Not
Colby.
them.
All right,
Tell
buddy.
Delaney we said hello, Colby.
Okay. Love y'all. See you.
Yeah, you go fuck off, Serge. Yeah,
I'll see you.
all right.
Kobe.
Jody.
Stupid.
I love you, Colby.
I still want Taiwan to come in here. I love Chinese people.
Hey, I hope Colby's wife wasn't listening when I made that remark.
Well, if you show up to the Slob Olympics and some random chick backhands you, then you'll know that she was.
Wait,
Yeah,
what
I
did
know.
you say?
I know who she is. I'm coming, Slim. Don't you worry about it, bro.
I'm not looking forward to driving 12 and a half hours with 3 kids.
Yeah,
Ugh.
if I'm still alive, I'll be there.
You
bro.
could get yourself off the no-fly list and fly.
No, why?
You're
You
not
don't
meant to
drive
fly,
12 hours
bro.
with 3 kids.
You're not meant to fly.
Yeah, but see, then I got to worry about drunk executives from India pissing on me.
Yeah, is it 12 hours from you to Charleston, Slim?
Well, it shows 11 and a half, but with 3 kids, I'm
Hey,
just
that's the
adding
good
another
part.
hour.
That's the reward you get at the end of the thing.
I didn't think it was that far from. You're in Memphis, right, Slim?
About an hour north of it, yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
I
Memphis
didn't
is
think it was
dog.
that far.
Memphis is
Yeah.
dog shit.
Yeah, how many bathroom stops you taking, Slim?
3 kids, at least 4.
Well, see, that's why I'm going to leave at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, I got
That
4
way
kids.
they're all asleep.
My man gets out of Memphis quick.
Yeah, I got 4 kids, and they're all staying at home. So
Oh.
Yeah, well, I couldn't get away with that.
no, I know you couldn't, but you got a youngin' now, so I get it.
Well, not only that, I just did that in November, so I'd be kind of pushing my luck trying to do it twice.
You didn't bring any kids to Pigeon Forest, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, did you brought the kids to Pigeon? Well, the 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the first one in Atlanta, shit, I only had one. It's like maybe I need to quit going because every year I go to the Slob Olympics, I got another kid.
Yeah,
I need to stop.
Sounds like a personal problem, bro.
Yeah, you getting active, bro.
That damn Slob Olympics gets the juices.
All right, hey,
is that where you bomb at the Slob Olympics?
What'd you say?
Well, no, both of the 2 that are mine are both born in October, so that would align with December, sir.
You should have come up and watched the game tomorrow night, TB.
Fishing, what did you say?
I was wondering what you said.
I know you 2 ain't talking about kids, so you should have come up and watched the game tomorrow night, TB.
Stop it.
I know.
I'll be at a rest area just inside the Florida state line watching that game.
Fucking A, Slim.
Listen, so Taiwan man, you just click that link.
Look, bro.
Or you know what I may do?
Bro,
He also said this. I want to say this to Taiwan man too.
It's right there.
Bulldog JC said that's BS TV. Wanting to get rid of me as a Georgia fan. No, I was disappointed. I said that, JC, because you came in last on the pick'em.
Yeah,
that's why I said that, JC.
Look at this. Look at this.
Look, I don't want to get rid of you, bro. But Taiwan man, you said Michigan hung all those points because look at their head coach. You don't think Kirby Smart's a better head coach than Jim Harbaugh?
Look, the hell with Taiwan man. He said his router went down. He can't call in. What a
Taiwan man. Hey, look, just stick around. That's
well,
all
I mean, kind of to that. I mean, kind of to that point. Jim Harbaugh is an offensive guy. I mean, Harbaugh was an OC. Kirby was a DC.
Yeah.
So.
Hey.
I mean, he does have an argument there.
Hey, all right, let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about this real quick because I wanted to talk about this. So we know that Jim Harbaugh, what was it, 2020, where he kind of threatened the NFL, and he never
that was this past off season.
Harbaugh,
it's been like last 3 off seasons.
So he threatened it for what reason though? Like, did he threaten it to get more money? Because we know that his contract got cut, basically, right?
Well, here's the thing, though. He didn't actually threaten anything. He just took a phone call.
But his coaching interest that's the threat. That's really the threat.
Man, if you're gonna ignore a call from the NFL, I'm gonna call you an idiot, and that includes my own coach.
No, Slim. No. So the thing is, Jim Harbaugh is, as far as the media goes, he's acting like he wants an NFL job. Now, I don't know if he really does or he does not, or if he's using the leverage to get more money. Because like I said, in 2019, 2020, I forget what year it was, but he got a pay cut. Like, he was cut like $4 million.
No, he didn't get a pay cut. He actually got a pay raise. They lowered his buyout is what they did.
I think
but they lowered it based on performance. It was based on performance.
Well, yeah, he had been there 6 years at that point.
Yeah,
he hadn't beat Ohio State, but now he's beat Ohio State 2 years in a row.
But that's what I'm saying, and now he's performed, and so maybe his lawyers are sitting there saying, "Yeah, let's flirt this idea out there because we're winning games now." And
now
I think
he's under investigation for buying cheeseburgers for recruits.
Well, see, I don't even think it's Harbaugh or any of his lawyers. I think anytime there's an NFL job opening, you're gonna hear Harbaugh's name thrown around because Harbaugh's made a Super Bowl before.
I think Harbaugh's gone.
Yeah, I think he wanted the Vikings
so does
job last year.
everybody.
They just didn't hire him. And now
I
the
think
Broncos
it's
are coming
because the
after him with that
Vikings wouldn't
Walmart
give him
money.
full control, Luke.
Well,
You better take care of that young
oh, the
man,
baby
Slim.
upset.
Oop,
I
she just got
agree
out
with
of
the
that.
baby.
The baby
I,
upset.
That baby said,
agree.
"I want some titty."
Jesus, Slim.
Edward said,
She ain't want nothing to do with me.
hold on. Edward said, did you ever find out who blocked? Edward, no. I did not launch a full CIA
No.
investigation as a detective. I can't even look on there, bro.
No, stop it. No.
I don't know.
What the hell is Edward talking about?
All right, man. I don't know.
That
Man,
comment,
you
I
have
love Edward. I love Edward.
that comment is too smart for Edward.
I got a better chance trying to figure out Chinese algebra than figuring out what Edward's talking about.
You mean Common Core?
Towin, I don't know what's wrong with your internet, but there's obviously a problem.
Wait, he said the internet has to be on. How are you on this, bro?
I don't know, man.
How are you on YouTube?
I respect your comments and your opinion, but you can't. Your internet doesn't work. You can't get on here. I don't know.
You have to have internet to get on YouTube, my dog.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, I got a little too far away from my router and it cut me off. So
Oh yeah, your router fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
that damn router, you know.
That damn router. You must have got like 80 feet from it. That's crazy.
Router, hell, you brought her.
No, Sir UGA still running off dial-up internet. He's still got
Actually-
American Online.
Hey, Slim, my dumbass went to the chat and pressed the done button, you know, and it damn canceled the whole son bitch.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, that was a whiskey touch.
I think we're gonna go ahead and end this.
Come on, let's go till midnight.
Shit, you crazy.
Dang, bro. I looked
Well,
at the I was like, yo.
y'all go until midnight. I gotta be at work at 5:30 in the
I'm
morning.
about
We
to
get
say.
you, Slim. We
I
ain't
gotta
worried
work
about
tomorrow,
you,
too.
bro.
I do want to
I
know,
know.
like individually. I do want to know what y'all think about the Georgia TCU game. Like individually, like if you have any like out of perspective opinion or anything good to say
30,
about it.
38
About
to
it, like
14.
how do you actually feel?
38 to 14.
Okay.
Yeah, why? Yeah, why? That's my whole point. Why?
Well, I just think TCU is a much better matchup with us other than Ohio State. I mean,
Oh my God, we got. Hold on. The show is continued. Hold on. We got
What's
Tawan
up?
in here.
What's
Tawan, hey.
What's up with y'all?
What's
What's
up?
up with y'all fellas?
What's up, man?
Man, just listen to y'all, you know what I'm saying, kicking it. You know what I'm saying? I hear y'all Georgia fans. I know y'all happy because y'all back to back in the championship. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to slow your roll. Because I know y'all been getting on my Gators lately too.
Gators suck.
Tell him.
We love
y'all need to stop. Y'all tripping, bro. Y'all acting like y'all did this. Y'all been doing this for over 20 years. Y'all ain't been
Gators
doing this.
suck.
Wait,
Y'all
so
tripping.
we can't be happy?
Y'all tripping, man. Y'all can be happy. Be
Well, then,
happy, but all that cockiness, dog. Y'all gotta, y'all gotta humble yourselves, dog.
Well, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you write out a long letter of how happy I can be, and then I'm
You
gonna
can
be
be as happy as you want. I'm just saying,
you can be about a 4 on
be
happiness.
cocky with it.
You can be about a
Don't
4.
be cocky with it.
I need to
Write
know
out
what
TCU's obituary.
If
Oh,
you're
yeah.
happy and you know it, clap
damn it.
your hands.
I know
If
I'm
you're
happy.
and you know
Hey,
it, clap your
I'm
hands.
happy because them boys got Jada Rashada and Lagway coming, so I
Let's
ain't
go,
worried.
baby.
I ain't worried.
Let's go.
I ain't worried. I ain't
I
worried
wouldn't be
about. I
worried
ain't
either
worried
if I was
about
a Florida
Miami about
fan
to be the
because they're
next.
not in the damn
Miami
playoffs.
about to be the next Texas A&M. They better. The whole class is gonna fall apart.
Hey, I don't even want to talk about that because I don't even want to talk about that. If I talk about that, I don't even want. Come on, man. There's so much I done schooled them people on, man. My cousin a big Miami fan. Matter of fact, and he can Sean Taylor. You
Get
feel
him,
me?
Slim.
So I already know about them. I done been down to Miami. My brother was recruited by Miami. My brother was recruited by half of the motherfucking nation.
He get a
Come
bet.
on, dog. He played with Chris Johnson and all, so I know what I'm talking about, homie.
That's
Me and my other brother was played for the Diamondbacks and all that shit. You feel me?
Well,
so
then
we know what we talking. We know what we talking.
Well, hold up. This is great. Look, hold on. I know the panel. I know the panel.
Hold on. You said your brother played with Chris Johnson?
Yeah, he played with Chris Johnson.
Like
Chris Johnson, not that Chris Johnson that y'all got. I'm talking about the real Chris Johnson. Yeah. I'm talking about that real Chris Johnson. Guy Wimper. Yeah, all them. Terrence Copper. Yeah, Leonard Henry. Rich. What's his name? Garrard. David Garrard.
Yeah.
All them. Yeah, big boy. William Joseph. William Joseph. All them. I told him to go to ECU. He was recruited by Miami and all y'all. He was recruited by all y'all.
He went to East Carolina.
I told him to go to ECU.
The hell is this guy talking about?
Hold on,
real quick, Christian. What were you saying?
Don't worry about that, man. We trying to chop it up. But we talking about
credibility.
We talking about, man, get the heck out of here with that all credibility. Y'all been trash for over 20 years, man. Get out of here.
That's facts.
Get that what's called. Come on, man. Come on, talk some real talk. Like real talk. Like real talk. The only reason I say
real talk. What are you talking about? 20 years ago, Miami was in the national title game. So we haven't done shit.
Y'all lost that title game right or wrong. Y'all lost that title game right or wrong. Y'all lost the title game right or wrong.
So being in the national titles not doing shit.
Did y'all lose? Did y'all lose?
All right.
Did y'all win or lose?
Being in the national title game is not doing shit.
Okay. Let's go from 20 years to 18 years. If you want to say 18 years, then there you go.
Did you win or lose?
Well, hey,
they lost the game, but they were in it.
But was y'all picked to win the game?
They lost the game, but they were in it.
Point being, that was one. They said that was the best college team assembled. That's a lie. That's a lie. That was a lie. Shannon Sharp sat there and said that, bro. Shannon Sharp sat there and said
21
that,
years ago.
Do you know?
Hold on.
Well, see, once again, you're proving you don't know what you're talking about. That was 01, not 02.
Listen here.
And the team in 2000 was even better than that.
Like I said, when y'all played Ohio State, y'all was picked to win. That was supposed to be one of the best. That was a part of that team. What you talk about? That 2001 team. Chantel and all them niggas. Ed Reed and all them boys.
Ed Reed was gone in 02.
Yeah. But still, y'all still was picked to be that was supposed to be the best college team ever.
They lost the game. They were picked to win. Oh my God.
Hey, Mr. Miami. Tell me
they
who
lost
all
the game. They were picked to win.
Tell me who was all y'all running backs on that 2002 team that lost to Ohio State. Tell me all them running backs. Was Kellen Winslow on that team too?
Yeah, Kellen Winslow was on that team. Well, Kellen Winslow Jr. was on that team.
Wasn't that offensive line supposed to be the best offensive line? One of the best offensive line in college football history too? Because all the boys,
are y'all arguing?
Joaquin Gonzalez, Ron Bird,
Joaquin was gone. Ron Bird was gone. Brian McKinney was gone.
Pause.
Hey, this is a natty conversation, okay? And neither one of the teams in the natty. Shut the hell up.
Well,
I mean, if you're going to come in here, and spit, at least spit facts, and you're not spitting facts.
That ain't facts.
Well, I would like to assist in the trash talking ability because there's a lot of other things that could be said about Miami.
Yeah, but I ain't trying to even get on
you
Miami.
You really want me to get on my favorite punching bag? That's the Florida Gators.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to be said about Florida too.
There's a lot of
Hey,
stuff to be said about
I'm sure
Georgia.
there are.
Georgia,
Like how,
come
how
on,
they
man. Y'all,
beat
Georgia.
Wizards
See,
against
now you
back
talking.
back natties
They
right
beat
now,
Miami
bro.
in
Now
2017.
he talking.
CJ
Now he
Franks,
talking about
get the
Georgia,
fuck off
but
my fucking crap, bro.
Georgia. How long y'all been beating us for the past how many years?
You don't even make sense, bro.
How many years y'all been
30,000.
beating us? Like consecutively,
The argument, the argument is foolish
not
at this point
spurts.
in
We ain't
history.
talking about spurts. We ain't talking about spurts because y'all was getting y'all ass dog
Yeah,
washed
no, argument's
in
pointless
freaking
right
during the
now, bro.
90s, dog.
Hasn't
In the
Georgia
90s,
won like
all
5
throughout
out of the
Spurrier
last
era.
6?
Through
Yeah, let's
Spurrier
go
whole
talk about the
tenure,
90s,
y'all
bro.
was getting dog washed, bro.
Oh man!
Now,
Oh man!
hang on. I'm not a Georgia fan. I'm not a
I
Florida
ain't
fan.
saying
Hasn't
you, Mr. Miami. I'm not talking to
that's
you,
fine.
Mr.
Mr.
Miami.
But hasn't Georgia won like 5 of the last 6 or 6 out of the last 7?
I wouldn't say all them. I wouldn't say that many.
No, that's not. No.
All you gonna say
it can't be
is,
true. It can't be true because look who we at with freaking Kyle Trask is whooping their ass.
One
Like
year.
Yeah,
That'll be the one in 5 out of 6.
in 2020, I said
that would be
consecutively.
the
I
one
did say
5 out of
consecutively, right?
6.
Yeah.
Fishing. I said consecutively, right? Fishing.
No,
I
nobody
Okay,
said
cares.
how many did
what does
they?
that matter? They won 5 out of 6.
And they act like no.
Okay,
But
hold
listen,
on.
Bro.
But listen, homie. Listen. Because Georgia act like they've been doing it for 10 years in a row. Or consecutively like that.
Right.
Y'all act like y'all been doing like Spurrier did y'all.
You can't
Bro,
even compare the
I
two
know Spurrier
programs
did you
right
dirty.
now, bro.
I know Spurrier did you dirty, but y'all act what you call it. Y'all haven't did this shit. Y'all haven't did nothing what y'all doing now until since 1940, bitch.
The argument's lame.
Come on now. Y'all just won the SEC championship.
Lame argument.
It took y'all how many years to win the SEC championship?
Bro,
How many years did it take y'all to win the SEC championship since Mark Richt? Mark Richt didn't even win no SEC championships like that.
You
What are
still
you talking
man.
about? Mark Richt won 2 SEC championships. What are you even
bullshit.
talking about?
Mark Richt wasn't winning like that, bro. Mark Richt was not winning like that, bro. Florida was in his way the
Mark
whole
Richt
damn time.
averaged 10 wins a year.
Mark
What are you
Richt
talking
wasn't winning
about?
like that, but he was recruiting good though.
How many times did he win the SEC championship? Because we can look this up.
Bro, you living in the past. You about to watch Georgia play for a national championship tomorrow night. Quit arguing.
See, I wasn't even trying to. I wasn't what you call it, but your homie, your compadre, he was getting on talking about Florida. I don't even want to talk about. We don't want to talk about Florida. I don't want to talk about Florida. The only thing I said nice about Florida is that we got Jaden Rashad and Lagway coming. So what?
There ain't nothing nice to say about Florida.
That's right.
They suck.
Bro, you came in barking like a Doberman, bro. Like that's
Great.
it.
Great. Guess congratulations. You got a quarterback Miami
Hey,
didn't
does
want.
Miami
We got
have a
more than that. But guess what? I ain't got to brag about it. I'm just
Way
stating
to get
Come
your
in
ass
here
kicked in
bragging
the bowl
about it.
game.
I ain't say what you call it. I ain't bragging, bro. I stated facts, bro.
Yep.
You said it 40
Y'all
times.
haven't been nothing overnight. Dog, what you call it? ACC. Don't even talk about no what you call it. Miami, Mr. Miami. Please don't talk about Florida.
Florida can't even win one bowl game. Georgia plays in multiple bowl games, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Does Miami have a quarterback coming in this season? I don't think so.
Look,
does Miami have a quarterback?
We supposed to be talking about
no,
He muted that man.
No, they
Mike
don't.
and says that. That's dirty.
We supposed to be talking about
I'll
good
unmute
teams.
you all now.
And
Yeah,
then
I had to say that because Miami has no quarterback.
The last
What are
time
you talking about?
In Florida.
They got 3-star
Miami's
Emory
got a-
Williams from right down the fucking street,
Dude,
bro. He's
Wait,
in
what are
Milton,
you
Florida.
What are you talking about? You have one quarterback that can't play. We have 3.
Guess what? And guess what? That one went to the NFL to go into the NFL. I bet you get drafted higher than Tyler Van Dyke. Bet money.
No, he's not.
All right.
No, he's not.
Bet. I bet you that boy go in the first round, regardless of what you say.
Hey, you're still paying off a bet.
If you know
You're still
anything about
paying
being
off a
drafted,
bet from
if
saying
you
every
know
Williams is going to win
anything
the
about
Heisman.
being drafted, if you know anything about being drafted, 9 times out of 10 they go on potential. Guess what that potential is? His height, his size, and his arm.
And he sucks.
And guess what? He can run.
Yeah, until
And
they
he
see
can
him
run.
play, and then they're
He's
not
the
going
most
to do anything
athletic
with
quarterback in this draft. Bar none. Most athletic quarterback in this draft.
Bullshit.
Oh, so who is? Who's more athletic? Tell me.
Because you yell doesn't mean your point is proven more.
Tell me who more athletic. Tell me who more
Are
athletic.
you arguing for Anthony Richardson? Is that what you're
Yes,
arguing?
he's arguing for Anthony Richardson, that trash can with
Well,
legs.
no, look. I mean, he's partially right.
No, he's not.
Doing
No,
the
he's
Anthony
not.
Richardson thing.
They not
Anthony
going on
Richardson.
potential.
Anthony Richardson's going to make a great wide receiver somewhere in the NFL.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Pause. I mean,
All right.
he
All
is
right.
the most athletic
All right. All right.
quarterback in the draft right now.
You right, Mr. Miami. You right.
Yeah.
Everybody else right. Y'all right.
Richardson
No,
sucks.
I ain't gotta argue about that. I'm just gonna laugh when it comes true.
No, but like seriously, look,
I'm just gonna laugh when he
look,
becomes a
I mean,
wide
I mean,
receiver.
Anthony Richardson is the most talented, probably.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
He got the most
Arguably
upside. He
of
got
any
the most
quarterback in the
upside than
draft. It doesn't
anybody.
mean it'll translate.
Will Levis is the most
That's the
talented.
bad
Will
part.
Levis was a terrible college quarterback. He didn't get picked in the top 5.
He
Yeah,
has
well,
the
that's
most
good.
upside.
Well, you're gonna have to.
Will Levis,
follow the
I
NFL
will say,
scout.
Will Levis is he really underrated though. If you get with the right person, just like if Anthony Richardson get picked by the right person, right team, and all that, because it all depends on that. Because they can fuck up your career by putting you on the wrong team and somebody that don't like you or whatnot. Everything got to be right. If you know anything about being selected in the draft, if you know anything about being selected in the draft and all that stuff, if you know the process and all that, have you ever been drafted? Have you been considered to be drafted? Anything like that?
I'm going to take my migraine and go get in the shower. Y'all have a nice night. Arguing with a void of logic.
Hey, Fish, and I ain't mean to mess up your show, man. Hey, what you call it? You know what I'm saying? I'm a passionate Gator fan, dog. I've been doing it. I've been talking about my Gators for years, dog. I've been to game. I've been a game. One time in my life when I was playing ball in college and all that. Me and my homeboy from Orlando, we went to a Gator game when they were playing Florida State. You know what I'm saying? I've been down. I got homies that I played over there and all that good stuff.
All right, back
Hey,
to the
no, man.
conversation.
I appreciate you coming in. I mean, look,
I ain't mean to rile y'all all up. What you call it, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm a little punk. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? You know, I can always calm down. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't trying to bust nobody bubble like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to put you down. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Georgia, be happy. Y'all back there. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations. Do what y'all do. But you gotta be seen. It gotta be seen. Everybody don't go back to back. Everybody don't go back to back. The last time was 2012. 11-12, they say Alabama. That was what's called. That's 2011-12. That was
the whole thing about this channel is, I mean, I don't attract very many Florida fans because I'm so real about like how I feel about it. Like I'm negative when it's negative. Like so.
Well, you got when stuff ain't going right though. Somebody got to speak up.
That's what I'm saying. So I appreciate you coming around. Like I hope you stay, but like that's just how I am. You know, and I'm the same way about college football. Like I just stay real about all of it.
I mean, Georgia is our rival. Yeah, y'all are a rival. I don't hate y'all as people. You feel me? What you call it? But I don't like the cockiness when it's you know what I'm saying. I don't even know what the word to say for that. You know what I'm saying? When it's not.
Hey man, look, would we be that cocky if we were in that scenario? Probably.
Damn straight.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna say everybody. What you call it? I'd be happy. I'd be happy. You know, if you know what I'm saying. I
gotta go. I'll see you guys.
What is it I say? You gotta go, Nate.
I'll be happy. You know what I'm saying? But I won't be. I'll be more happy when they win it. You know what I'm saying? I done did some things before, like when Florida State done lost to friggin' Tennessee and all that, and brought when I was in high school, brought the during the paper to school and all that. I predicted that and all that junk. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's just fun and games when it comes to really talking trash and all that junk. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hurt y'all.
I'm glad you're here, man. Because look, I don't have very many Florida people around me, bro. This whole crazy. Channel,
you in Georgia?
People literally talk shit to me, bro. They're all
in Georgia.
Don't you live in Florida?
No, I'm a Florida fan.
No, I'm saying you living in Georgia?
Yeah. No, I live in Florida.
You live in Florida? So you live up there? Where you live in the Panhandle or they close to the games? So you in the Panhandle? So
Yep.
you right over there by Florida State?
Yeah.
Oh Lord!
I'm
Well,
next
I
door
used
to
to have to
Hope.
deal with them too.
Next door
What's
to
called? I
Hope.
got plenty. I got family members. I got homeboys. I got what's called. Matter of fact, what's called, and your boy that was on was Mr. Miami. A dude that's a big Miami fan that we had started a football league down there. I don't know if you heard about Elite Flag.
Mm-mm.
I don't know if you ever heard of Scotty and Patrick. What's the
No, I
name?
haven't.
Callahan and all them. I don't know what's called it, but they had started a Elite Flag League down there and all that stuff. That what's called it. We helped start that football league and all that junk. You know what I'm saying? And they go from Jacksonville, I think Jacksonville, Gainesville, all everything should be. I think Panhandle down to Miami, Orlando, all that. They be going everywhere. Be doing the flag football leagues and all
Pretty
that
cool.
stuff that help you lead into tournaments, and then you got your 7-on-7s and all that kind of junk. You know what I'm saying? You get pro athletes that come
Hey,
out there
that's where
and all that good
the
stuff.
recruiting comes from, bro.
Yeah,
Stuff
yeah.
like that.
Them kids be go. I'm gonna tell you something now. Them kids that 5 stars and 4 stars, and you don't think be coming out there, they be coming out there balling with us.
Mm-hmm.
Them pro
Mm-hmm.
athletes, them same pro athletes you see on TV and what's called it. Man, Lamar Thomas and Rod Smart that played for Tampa Bay. A lot of cats. What's called a dude named Will Glover that played for Georgia Tech used to come. They all come out there and play
Hey,
football with us, dog.
hey,
No, no
man,
lie.
tell these people. I mean, there's so much talent in South Florida,
Yeah,
or even
in Florida
Central
in
Florida.
general. In Florida
Get
in
the fuck out
general,
of here, bro.
Yeah.
That's what we
it's
need.
out there easy. Yeah,
Well, I want to tell.
my cousin, the big Miami fan that I was talking about, he just walked in the door and shit. You feel me?
Well, hold
Hold
on.
on.
I want
What's
to
up,
tell you real
DB?
quick,
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
one before I go. I want to tell you.
It's Tawan.
So as much trash talk as everybody does on this channel, it's all out of the respect of college football. Like you're supposed to trash talk, so don't ever
Yeah.
think anybody here feel any type of way about you. Like we're gonna
Fact.
welcome you on here every single time. So
Okay,
I was
that's
want you to
cool.
know, like, even though I'm a Georgia fan, I'm supposed to hate Florida, but I don't hate the people
Yeah,
personally.
it's supposed to be. It's a mutual, you know what I'm saying, thing. But you know what I'm saying. No love lost. No, you know what I'm saying. Long as it don't have to come to blows and all that threatening.
Hey,
You know what I'm
man.
saying. You
Hey,
know all that
listen
bull.
here. Listen here.
Exactly.
And I
Me
try
and
not to get to that.
me and
That's
TV
why
do
I
this
try
show
not to
together.
go. I try not
Me,
to go there.
yeah, me and
Yeah.
TV do this show together.
I
He's a
pray
Georgia
not to
fan.
go
I'm a
there.
Florida fan. Like, if we can do that,
Yeah.
I think we're fine. I think we're all
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can say I've only
This is my
slashed
first time
Fisher's
doing. This is my first time, you know what I'm saying, doing this. You know what I'm saying. You invited me on your platform. I appreciate it, y'all guys. You know what I'm saying. Everybody, just like your Georgia homie, he just welcomed me too, and you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
I appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying. From one brother to another, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get riled up talking about football. It's one of my passions. What's called. I played sports all my damn life. Me and my brothers. You know what I'm saying? So I might be a little bit more passionate than them because you know what I'm saying. You know, but at the same time, they got about they close up down when it comes to the love that I know my brother that graduated from ECU and played with all them. You know what I'm saying? He come up here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm living in North Carolina now. You know what I'm saying? What's called? I was born and raised in Florida and all that good stuff and all that. You feel me? But yeah, we're in North Carolina and I've been up here for about the past 3 years. So you know what I'm saying? I'm in ACC country. So you know, but I root for the Tar Heels and teams like that and all that other stuff. I'm just a passionate sports fan in general. You know what I'm saying? And I know
Well, hey,
sometimes when I get loud. When I get loud, you know what I'm saying. I do need to calm down, but it's my first time ever even being on this thing like this even on a podcast with any cats. You know what I'm saying. So y'all excuse me if y'all please excuse me about everything else. You know what I'm saying. You know if I ever come back on again, you know what I'm saying, or you have me if you invite me back on again. Hopefully I don't be so, you know what I'm saying, pumped up as much.
Look,
You know what I'm saying.
Me and Mr. Miami, we go at it 10 times harder than we was doing earlier. I promise.
For real.
Hey, we haven't knocked down Belfast.
I call him Mr. Miami. I gotta call him Mr. Miami. I done heard him on Coach Hayes and all that stuff. That's why I recognize his voice. That's why I recognize his voice. And this was the first time me seeing fishing y'all podcast because it just showed up. You feel me? It just popped up because I was
that's
looking
good,
at just
man. That's good.
watching videos. I was just watching all
That's
the
what's
podcasts. I
up,
was just
man.
watching some Gator stuff, you know what I'm saying, and some Miami stuff and Florida State. I be trying to keep up with everybody.
Well, hey, my
They said a little
brother,
bit of everybody.
I appreciate you coming here. Like, I mean, it's dope to find new people here. So,
Yeah.
Stick around. Look, we talk shit all year long. Like, we talk shit all year. Like, I'll talk shit to Miami. I'll talk shit to Georgia. Like, and so does TB. And TB has a channel too. I mean, like, TB does the same thing. So
I talk shit to Fisherman about man. So yeah.
yeah, we talk shit to Michigan too. Michigan can't. Yeah.
Michigan, man. Michigan been getting on my nerves for so long. But they used to take us to the. They've been taking us to the woodshed, like the Michigan. We used to have problems with Michigan. Michigan, like even in the '90s with Spurrier, Michigan and Michigan State. Michigan and Michigan State, they get on my nerves, dog. I'm like, when we gonna ever beat Michigan? And we finally break through with Dan Mullen, and then this fool get fired because he was hard headed. Why? But why didn't he hire Charlie Strong? You came in with Charlie Strong. Why didn't you hire Charlie Strong?
Hey, I have a whole list of who we should have hired, who we could have hired, and who we didn't hire. I got a whole list.
Better. He didn't want to do better, bro.
Because I'm telling you,
he just wanted that money. He wanted that clout and that money. He thought when he came back to Florida that everything was just gonna be all gravy, and he could sit back and he think just because what he did on the field, he didn't have to recruit. You a damn lie if you don't got to recruit, fool. You had to do it with Urban Meyer.
You had to do it with Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer sucks.
Well, I ain't gonna say all that. I can't say that. I can't say that. I can say what but I don't even want to speak on that because everybody got their flaws. Everybody got what's going on. I ain't trying to judge nobody.
New shirt, bro.
I'm just
trying to judge nobody.
So I hate Urban Meyer. So yeah.
That's Georgia. That's Georgia, dog.
No, that's a Michigan man. That's a Michigan
man, bro.
Harbaugh's leaving.
Dang, that should have known.
He better lose his head coach.
Yeah, that's crazy too. That's crazy too. But I won't be surprised if Harbaugh do leave. But I mean, if he leave, there go Jaden Davis, that quarterback. Jaden Davis.
His fault if he leaves. That's his fault if he leaves because he's been doing good.
I don't know why he would. I don't even know why he would want to leave.
That's the whole point. Why the hell would he leave? He's doing so good.
That's crazy.
It's stupid.
Just like Spurrier did in 2000 when Spurrier left after he beat Florida State and then freaking just act like he was gonna retire and jump ship and go to Washington. He did that jump, man. I was like, oh, you kidding? I knew he was gonna do some crazy jump, but I'm like, golly, man, you couldn't have stayed one more year. He could have stayed one more year, just one more. Because we had Taylor Jacobs, Jabbar, and Rashae, man. Man, come on, we couldn't have won the championship with them. That's crazy, dog. And they was on the road too. They put us against Maryland. I was pissed when they did that. That was back in the day too. Yeah. I don't know if you know if I'm talking what I want to talk about Georgia. What to call it? But that right there, I said when they put us against Maryland and they won the ACC championship that year, right? And they only they was undefeated. I think they was undefeated when we played them. I think and they had some boys, but they weren't in the same bracket as Florida, just like Cincinnati. When they put them against Cincinnati, some of these teams they do put when they Florida, they put Florida against Oregon State. Yeah, I thought we would show a little more. I thought we would show a little more, but friggin'. You can tell when players ain't really into it and especially when the offense ain't doing nothing.
Look, it's the situation that we're in. I mean,
I know. The
situation.
I ain't trying to be too pessimistic about it. I ain't trying to be too pessimistic because I'm happy about what he's doing now.
I agree.
After what I seen the product on the field, what he brought in. Why we can't be optimistic of what he doing now? Yeah, it's a lot of us fans. We literally ran Anthony Richardson away. Like a lot of fans ran him away. This man, I bet this dude would have probably come back because a lot of scouts was even telling him they want him to see one more year. This dude would have
Agreed,
crushed
bro.
that system. That dude would have
Agreed.
crushed this system. He fit
I
perfectly for the system. Some
Nah,
people
I
don't
disagree
agree.
across the system. I
I
disagree
think
with
I
that.
think he I think he would have crushed the system because he already had a year in it, and
He
through
might have
all
next
the
year.
adversities. If you look at all the teams that's losing their quarterbacks, Stetson Bennett is gone. TJ Hendon Hooker is gone.
Well, yeah,
Freaking
a lot.
a
Yeah. What's
lot
up,
of
TV?
quarterbacks that's
What
5 to 6 years they gone bye. So them teams is gonna be hard. It's still gonna be hard to replace those guys.
well,
It's gonna
Well,
be
yeah,
hard to replace
but
those guys.
TV,
You won't realize it till
now
the season though.
hit him with it, TV. Hit him with it.
I'm telling you, some people won't realize it till it hit. It's hard to place that number one when they gone when you ain't been getting when that number two ain't been getting reps,
yeah,
especially in no real competition. It's one thing to play against your own team, but it's different thing. It's different thing when you play against a team that's hungry and freaking know
agreed.
that you ain't got no quarterback. They know that they ain't seeing that what they seen last year. So they get on that
Yeah.
field, they gonna have a
Also,
different
you got the
mindset.
fans.
Well, hold on. I'll
You
talk
got
about that in a
the
second.
atmosphere.
Yeah, I want to let TB talk, and then I'm gonna give my opinion because I got a specific opinion about that. So
Okay.
yeah, TB.
Depending
No,
on
no,
the transfer
I was
portal
just gonna
now,
say,
I mean, you can write your wrongs on
Hold on. I mean, it's depending on all of it. Which is, but I want about to
I
tell
was
you.
just saying,
Hold on.
Oh, that's fish. That's fishing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
finna break it down
yeah.
for us? Break it down, homie.
Well, I'm gonna let TB talk, and then I'll break it down.
Oh, okay. Go ahead,
all I
TB.
was just gonna
No,
say,
I'm talking
I'm
to
not
Florida,
gonna hop off,
Georgia,
but
Michigan.
I was just gonna say,
Listen to it.
I do agree though, as far as the
I'm on
whole
the
like
podcast.
letting a quarterback coming in, even though he's playing against a really good defense in practice, it's different playing against the atmosphere, the fans, the stadium,
Yeah.
all that, the pressures.
Oh,
But
my
that's it.
dog. Shit, my
I
bad.
do agree.
Can
You good?
you open that? My dog. My bad, y'all.
You
My
good,
dog.
dude? Hey,
My dog.
hey, look, I'm about to hop off. Hit me up whenever you finish. Tawan, good to meet you, bro. Nate the
Yes,
Great, good
sir.
to meet
Yes,
you.
sir.
Bro.
It's TB, right? TB.
Yeah, yes, sir.
TB. Okay, TB.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I'll see y'all later.
Nice talking to you.
Yes, sir. You too, bro.
Damn, he's out. He's a quitter.
Well, nah, this man got to do something, man. Everybody got
I know.
things to do. Y'all know.
Um,
I don't even know I'm a writer, dog.
Fish and yeah, I don't. I'm just as a fan of Michigan, I'm just so annoyed just for Harbaugh every year that he's flirting with the NFL. It's so fucking stupid. It's
What
so,
happened?
I don't know.
You can't be too disappointed. I mean, you could be disappointed because y'all lost back-to-back years in the playoffs. But
that's true. But
look who y'all got coming in behind McCarthy, and regardless, y'all got McCarthy back next year.
Yeah,
Y'all really ain't losing nobody.
no,
Y'all ain't losing nobody, really, right?
Right.
Y'all got basically everybody coming back. From what I know, I think y'all got a really young team. Because McCarthy is what? Ain't he a redshirt freshman?
What?
McCarthy?
Yeah. So I mean,
and them running backs.
Michigan is basically like a Georgia junior, right? I mean,
that's what they remind me of. That's why I thought it would have been a better matchup if they would have played Michigan again, because Harbaugh would have knew everything they do. Michigan would have knew everything they do, because they played them last year. You know, Harbaugh would have won some get back. He would have won some get back, and he would have had a game plan. He would have a real game plan. Not to say that TCU won't. I'm just letting the Georgia fans know that the Georgia don't get too high and mighty, because TCU they're gonna have something for you, because they ain't get there for no reason.
Yeah,
that's it. That's what I've been saying to some Georgia fans, that you can't be too hyped up, like you said, because you gotta look what TCU done to Michigan. And
that for as many points as they scored, I was surprised they scored that many points against y'all defense, though.
even defense wise for these TCU.
Cause the way y'all beat Ohio State like it was, no, y'all
Yeah,
beat them like they was shit. Now for real,
we
y'all
beat
beat
them
them.
in the woodshed. So yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, golly, this might be the year that that Michigan get over the hump. And if they play Georgia,
Well,
I'm
they
gonna
already
root
did.
for them
Yeah,
because
too, but yeah.
I want Georgia trying to catch us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, they trying to say they catch us because they count that fishing. What they count that 1940, 50, 30 something championship or something they say they got?
1980. 1980.
It's 1980s.
Yeah, it's
It was
1980.
the
Well,
80s.
yeah.
For
Well, not
Georgia,
anymore
yeah, it's
because
1980.
Okay.
not anymore because
Okay,
yeah.
I'll give them a little bit more credit than that. They did it in the 80s and what you call it. But that's over.
It's still
Look how many
terrible.
years
I
that
mean,
is
it's still
ago, though,
terrible.
dog. That's not even in a 30-year span, though. At least we got 3 in a 30-year span. Dog, that's a good ratio.
That's right.
We ain't got
Huh?
shit since '97.
That's right.
Well,
Well,
some
I'm gonna have to end this in a few minutes, but I do want to ask you, Nate.
who? Okay.
Nate, Michigan don't look too good, bro. They don't look too good,
Who?
and I think partially it's
Oh,
because Jim Harbaugh is entertaining other offers in the NFL, and I think if he
I
gets
know.
an
I've been
offer
seeing this.
for any job, he's gone.
Yeah, that's
And that affects the recruiting class. That affects
do.
the
Exactly.
team. I mean, it affects
I'm
everything.
fucking annoyed.
That's the
I
scariest
know.
thing for y'all.
I would be annoyed too if my head coach was sitting here flirting with other jobs. I mean, I'd be annoyed too. For real.
Yeah, I'm on edge just saying leave or stay home. I'm tired of this.
Yeah,
I'm on
I would
edge
agree,
with that.
Nate. I would agree. I mean, he needs to figure out where he wants to be. He either wants to
Yeah.
stay at Michigan or he wants to just get the fuck out. I mean, that's the facts.
Right.
And
Right.
who's the best option to replace him? Nobody.
Yeah, because I
that's a
want to
good
look at Dan Mullen. Don't even think about that.
Well,
Don't do it. Don't do it. Michigan, don't do it. I'm telling you because I know. Miami was entertaining that.
Man,
All they
that
was
damn
talking
Mullen.
about Dan Mullen. Miami was talking about Dan Mullen, dog. They was going. They was talking that boy. Your boy Alex Donald. Yeah, the dude locked on Canes. He was talking about his choice would be what you call it if they get rid of old boy from Michigan.
Right.
Yeah.
They was talking about that.
That's
Crazy, but I mean, if they would have got him, I would have been pissed too. Because the dude is an offensive genius. I ain't gonna take that from him. But he would have probably had. They would have made him a recruit. They would have made him recruit. But that
Well, hey,
that
man,
would have been a scary thing.
I'm gonna have to end this, man. I mean, we've been here for about 2 hours, over 2 hours.
Okay.
So no, but I appreciate everybody coming in the comments. I appreciate you, bro. I mean, a lot of people don't actually come into the actual show.
They're crazy.
People talk-
If I'm invited, what you call it? I mean, I'll try to make an appearance.
anybody's
Try to make
invited,
a little cameo. Spit a little bit with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fellas. You know what I'm saying? Chop it up with y'all and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, anybody's invited into the show, but a lot of people don't show up because
that's crazy.
They can't back up. They can't back the talk up. But I appreciate you coming on because
that's crazy.
You did.
Yeah.
Shout out to TB. TB had to go.
Yeah.
He opted
shout out to that man. Shout out to him. He's a Georgia fan, right?
Yeah, he's a Georgia fan.
He cool. What you call it? He cool. He cool. I ain't gonna knock them. They good. They good. But what you call it? I'm ready. I want to see a good game. I ain't trying to see no blowout.
Hey, some of them are good. Some of them are bad.
Right.
Right. But we keep the good ones around here. So,
quick question, K1. Quick question.
Okay.
See what, Nate?
I have a quick question for Taiwan.
Go ahead.
Do you can't stand Ohio State? You don't like them, or can you stand Ohio State fans or Ohio State in general, or no?
Ohio State, they really don't bother me that much, because they already know the business though. Look, Nate. They already know the business with Florida because we already done dogged them out in basketball and football. We own Ohio. We own the state of Ohio, dog. We own Ohio. We
So
we
does
don't beat Ohio State with one of our worst teams. One of our worst teams. Dog, for real. Remember when we had Jordan Reed and all them? No, we didn't have Jordan Reed. I think all them. We beat them. We beat them with one of our. We didn't even have a quarterback.
Ohio State
We didn't have a legit quarterback to beat
Ohio
them.
State 2-10 in playoff games.
That one game, we whooping them.
2-10 in the playoff games. Holy shit!
It's something like that. No, I think it's against the SEC. It's I think it's 2-6 in the
Ohio
SEC.
State don't. Ohio State need to respect Florida. That's all Ohio State need to do.
No, it's 2-10 versus the SEC, and it's 2-6 or something like that in the playoff.
They're
That's what
horrible
it
in
is.
playoffs because they have most not most
Hey, bet.
more
Bet.
more losses than Michigan does in the playoffs. So yeah.
Yeah, but Michigan is up unless y'all up until Jim Harbaugh leaves. I mean, if Jim Harbaugh leaves, it is going to be hard to replace because Jim Harbaugh is a great coach. Great, he was a phenomenal player.
Harbaugh is one of the best coaches in the country, and that's undisputable. That's absolute facts.
He's
I love Jim Harbaugh. Harbaugh.
My people, look, I gotta shut this thing down. It's just been
go
long.
do things. Nate, nice to meet you, bro. Nice to meet you. You pronounce it Tawan. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't knocking you because that's
tell me how to pronounce
the way you said it. And Fisher was doing that, just saying Taiwan. I want to get Taiwan. Hey, my baseball coach used to say that until I hit when I was in Little League. He said he would keep calling me Taiwan until I hit a home run. I didn't hit a home run. I didn't hit my first home run until I got to high school.
Hey, so how you say your name?
Tawan.
All right. Hey, bro, I do appreciate you coming on, bro. I gotta shut this thing down though. Like,
go do your thing, man.
I hope you stick around though, man. Like, look, we're both Gator fans. Like, I'm very critical.
You more cool
very, very critical.
You more laid back than I am about the thing, though. You cool with it though. You suave with it now. You suave.
I'm very critical, bro. Like I don't let the bullshit just fly by. Like
that's good though.
That's how I am. You know what I'm saying?
Already.
Yeah. So, but I appreciate you coming by, bro. I'm gonna shut this thing down. But hey,
no problem.
We might be live tomorrow. If we're not live tomorrow, it'll be sometime mid this week. But you're gonna have to stick around. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'll pop up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I might just want to just sit back and check and just listen. But then when I start hearing some BS, fishing already. Already, dog. You already know. I'm backing you up 100. You a Gator homie? Man, you ain't gotta say nothing, homie. Just put the link up or whatever. You feel me?
Yeah, I got you, man. Do what you do. And I mean, you can just sit in the comments. You can do whatever. But stick around, bro. I appreciate you.
No problem, bro. I appreciate you.
All right, man. Hey, we're going to shut this thing down.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, dog.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, people. Of course, as always, interesting conversation. You're always going to get that here. Always. Gonna shut this thing down though. I'm tired, man. I'm wore out. Like I'm absolutely wore out, and I gotta work in the morning. So I love you, people. I'm gonna shut this down, and we will be live earlier this week, probably on TB's channel, or we'll figure something out. But man, I'm tired as hell. So I'm gonna see y'all later. Yeah, boy.